course, we can't guarantee that you'll have the same success as us. It would be impossible for anyone to guarantee that because we don't know your lifestyle, your background, or your work habits. But I tell you what, we're going to do everything in our power to help you build a profitable business. And that's exactly what we're talking about in this presentation. So Steve, go ahead and take the slides now, if you like. And just while you do that, I want to make sure that we are 100% clear and transparent on something from the get-go. Now, at the end of this workshop, you are going to have the opportunity to invest in and get access to all of our new breakthroughs, our radically different approach to e-commerce in 2022, our incredible new software, our new coaching, and so much more. Now, this presentation is 100% brand new, okay? And unlike anything that you would have seen in the past, it's something that I think you need to be able to tune into so that you can make an informed decision about this as we progress here a little bit later in the workshop. So please pay close attention for the next 60 minutes because this really could be a defining moment for you in 2022. And also, and this is very important, later on we've got two major announcements, which I think are going to surprise you, maybe even shock you a little bit in a good way. And I promise that you will want to hear what these are. So Steve, with that said, I can see your slide there. It's looking good. Take it away.
All right, great. Thanks, Aiden. So there have been some pretty incredible developments that happened, you know, during 2021 and into 2022 here that, you know, that I think are some of the biggest developments that have happened in the online business world in the last 15 years. And we're going to talk about those because they are really, really important for you to consider and understand, particularly within the context of deciding whether or not, you know, now is the time for you to build an online business. But this story here that we're talking about starts with our core Kibo code model. And this is something we've been teaching for the last couple of years. Once a year, we've done a product here where we've taught the Kibo code, and it's a rock solid, consistent e-commerce system that, you know, by itself, even without these exciting developments, is certainly worthy of your attention. That's for sure. And we make thousands of dollars every day just with this core system, and it's something that's growing dramatically, you know, year over year. And it's really online e-commerce like you've not seen before. It's you know, easy, fast, profitable, and the biggest issue is that, you know, it's approachable for absolutely anyone. And, you know, we've seen that time and time again. I mean, over the past couple of years, as I've said, we've taught the Kibo code to thousands of students, and these guys have reported just some amazing, mind-blowing success stories. And this is all from, you know, our when we do a training course, we have a dedicated forum, and we do ask people to, you know, when they have a couple minutes, to kind of come by and share their success stories with us in as much detail as they want to or they can. And it's surprising, you know, when you ask people, you know, for that, it's funny. It's actually harder to get people who are successful to share their experiences than it is for those who are, you know, having questions or, you know, looking for some help. It's kind of just human nature. You know, these guys are busy, you know, doing well, right? And yet we still get so many of these success stories. And I think that the biggest reason is that, you know, obviously we've been doing this for a really long time. And when we sat down to create the Kibo model, our goal was pretty clear. We wanted to take the usual suspects of areas where people might get hung up on, and we wanted to eliminate those. We wanted to get rid of any potential roadblocks, any things that we saw beginners, you know, kind of have problems with. So, you know, you don't need to develop a whole product of your own. You don't need to buy inventory. You don't have to stock inventory. You don't have to deal with order fulfillment. You don't need huge amounts of capital. You don't need any capital. And we'll try to explain why that is as we get moving along here. But you know, and in order to buy advertising, or in order to buy lots of you know, units of stock, you don't need to deal with overseas suppliers. You don't need to be a copywriter. You don't need to know technology or how to develop websites or special permissions or licenses or reseller certificates. You don't need to be in the United States. On and on and on. And the other thing, which isn't even on here, is speed. You know, what we found is that the single biggest thing that we can do to make sure that beginners, or heck, anybody for that matter, become successful, is to give them early success. And so, that was kind of our brief, if you will, when we started looking at how to design the Kibo code. And there were so many things that went into that. And as we dive deeper into what the model is, you'll see these things. But another big difference, again, that we felt was really, really important from a speed perspective and a low risk perspective, is that, a lot of online business opportunity models start with, okay, let's pick a niche, let's pick or a market, let's pick the gardening niche. And, we'll do some research on that, and then we will build a whole brand around gardening, the website, the copy, the colors, everything. And we will look at, products that are only within that niche to sort of start to sell and things like that. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I would argue that most Kibo code, folks will ultimately end up doing that. But it's the path that you take. I mean, you might take you 2 years before you want to do that. On the meanwhile, you're making money every single month, and it's because what we do is we don't do any of that market or niche research. We don't confine ourselves to one particular niche or market. We're very product centric. So we just say, look, we can sell any kind of product. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's some brand new product that is really hot in the market, or paper clips. It doesn't matter, right? What matters is that it's profitable. And we use our secret traffic sources and strategies to be able to test these products really, really quickly. And when you can test products for free, okay, because these are also free traffic sources, and you don't have to buy the products up front, well, where's your risk? You don't have any, right? So that's another thing that's eliminated for beginners. You don't have any risk because you don't have to buy the products first, because we're using a drop ship model. And you don't have to pay for any of the traffic. So how many products could you test? Well, since you don't have any risk and you don't have any capital requirements, as many as you like, right? And so you're throwing a whole bunch of products against the wall. You don't care what niche they're in or anything like that. We get rid of the ones that don't convert. We keep the ones that do make sales, and we, rinse and repeat and keep scaling from there. So we don't have to tie ourselves down to one niche or one product, category or anything like that. We're selling in, many, many different products in multiple niches, and we just don't care, right, what they are. And so over the past, couple years, many of our students have had great success. And, the other thing that happens when you ask people for success stories is you get all sorts of different narratives and lots of different, numbers and things like that. And so what we tried to do is we tried to go in there and ask a little bit of questions like, okay, look, why don't you just tell us, what was your best day, your best week, and your best month? And this way we could sort of normalize over all of the different, success stories. And those are good metrics to just sort of see the ultimate sales velocity and scale and the opportunity of this kind of a business. So here's just a few of them, right? We just picked out a few of them that came back and gave us some of those metrics. Here's Vaughn, and Vaughn's best day was around 1,800. Best week was almost 4,000, and best month was 13,000. Here's Damien, making sales day after day after day. Best day was almost $1,000. Best week was close to 4,000, and best month was close to 11,000. Here's Riley, and Riley was an interesting case. He was a young kid, 17. His mom bought the product for him and enrolled in the course. His best day was over $1,400. His best week was 4,670, and best month 10,410. And there's just tons of these, and people are doing this much and even better. And so the core Kibo model, absolutely for the last 2 years has been killing it and is, absolutely fantastic. But there's more to come. And the other important thing to note is this is not magic. The Kibo code is not magic. You actually do have to do some things. You have to work the program and do what we tell you to do. But it does have one huge advantage over magic, and that is that it's actually real. Because hate to tell you, but magic, not so much with the real. So great. So we got this great foundation of Kibo, but why are we so excited today? I mean, and it's because there have been some pretty serious developments. First of all, we're constantly looking for new ways to do better. I mean, that's just what we do. We do, one product launch a year, and we gather the experiences that ourselves and our students have had. We look for areas that we can improve, and we do lots and lots of research. And 2021 was no exception. Testing new ways to basically be able to make more money, more sales, more profit, to be able to get rid of any new roadblocks that we find that our students get, and lower risk. I mean, all the things that we try to do with originally when we set out with Kibo, we just try to refine that, and it's something that we do every year. And we made a pretty massive breakthrough last year, and that's to the tune of a huge discovery of a new marketplace where really few people are selling, and it's a massive free traffic source where the competition just doesn't exist, and it literally pours rocket fuel on the core Kibo model that I've been talking about and I've been touting the successes of, and just takes it to 11 for those of you, some Spinal Tap reference there, but dramatically accelerates its abilities. And it's early days, honestly, but this new marketplace has made us as much as 35,000 in a single day. And we're gonna tell you exactly what it is, I promise. I think that it's important to take a look at some things that are sort of analogous historically in the online marketplace. And Amazon is really a good example of that. 15 years ago ish, Amazon was the big new thing, right? It all of a sudden it took over the e-commerce landscape in a big way, and it had enormous traffic. All of these people had their credit cards out, ready to buy, and they decided, as a company, their strategy was going to be, not only will we be selling our products, but we're going to open up our platform, our marketplace, to third-party sellers. And those people who got in early, like us, we began, making tons of money on Amazon, and carved out our, early adopter position. But it's gotten a lot harder over the last few years, certainly. You've got massive competition on a platform like Amazon. You got thousands and thousands of sellers, and they're kind of all trying to sell the same types of trending products, because they've all been sort of trained in the same way. Let's see what's selling on Amazon, and then let's design our own product, and let's try and sell that, and all in exactly the same place. And you're starting to see that not just with e-commerce, not just with Amazon, but kind of like with a lot of online business models, that people are selling or promoting the same types of products on the same platforms to the same audiences, right? But this is very different, because we've got an opportunity. You've got an opportunity, right, to get your foot in the door, and really replicate kind of those glory days of Amazon. And I would argue that this business, and I'll make the case for this, I think this business actually has an opportunity to be bigger than Amazon. This untapped marketplace, this ability, this place where you now have the ability to get your foot in the door. And just to give you, again, these are early days for us, but on this marketplace, our best week so far is about 160 grand, and our best month is about 220. And again, early days. Can anybody guess what the marketplace is? No fair if you've heard us talk about it before, but let's see. Just type in the chat box if you can tell me. All right, yeah, we've got lots of people, Etsy, Facebook. Let's see. Somebody says no, TikTok, AliExpress, lots of Facebook, lots of Facebook Marketplace. We're going to talk about Facebook Marketplace, but that's actually not the marketplace. It's Walmart. Why are we so excited about Walmart? It's not like Walmart is new, right? Walmart's been around for a long time. Well, let's talk a little bit about Walmart. First of all, they are the biggest retailer on the planet. Now, they're not the biggest online retailer. They're just the biggest retailer. They are twice the size of Amazon. That is just let that sink in for just a minute. That is staggering. They employ 2 million people. Now, do you think that Walmart for the last 10 years has been sitting around going, I think this e-commerce thing is a fad, and we're just going to let Amazon kind of own that, and we're going to be the brick and mortar guys? Do you think that's probably what they've been saying? No, that's not what they've been saying. They have been carefully cultivating their online marketplace, and they have been waiting patiently for the time to pounce and take on Amazon. And I'll tell you why in a couple minutes. The time is now, okay? But just let's keep talking about Walmart for a second. So their online marketplace is growing like crazy. It has done $42 billion in sales in the past 12 months. That is enormous. 300 million plus monthly visitors and growing insanely fast. And there's a reason why it's growing way more than it ever has, okay, that I'll talk about. And now they've decided, as I said, to take a book out of Amazon's playbook, and they've decided that now is the time for them to put their foot on the accelerator and take on the 800-pound gorilla in Amazon and beat them. Quite frankly, I think that they will. And now they are letting people like us and you take advantage of their huge marketplace as a third-party seller, just like Amazon did 15 years ago. And I can tell you, like people like us, like our products on Amazon that are the core of what we make a lot of money on. I mean, we have thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews, and always get the Amazon choice, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. It is damn near impossible to take us on in the Amazon marketplace, but there isn't that in the Walmart marketplace, and yet there is absolutely it is not an overstatement to say that very soon these marketplaces will be very similar size, which is staggering. Okay, this slide is the single most important slide of this whole presentation, in my opinion, as far as getting the context of what's happening. This is why Walmart has said now is the time. So we talked a lot about in 2020 and into 2021 how buying patterns changed, behaviors changed. All of a sudden, everybody and your grandmother and your great grandmother are all buying online, and so e-commerce has blown through the roof, and that's been great, right? It's been great for all of us. It's been great for Kibo code model, right? Because anytime all of e-commerce gets a raise, then that helps all of us who are in e-commerce, obviously. But the model has always been, look, Amazon, is taking over, has a huge market share. And when we do the Kibo code model and things like that, we live on the outskirts of that, and we take, the little crumbs, which the little crumbs are worth billions, so it's okay. And so we're happy with that. It's not a problem. But things changed in 2021. People were used to going to Amazon because it's like, oh, it's just easy. I can type in what I want. They have my credit card information. They have my shipping information. I'm a Prime member. I can type in anything I want. It's always there in stock. I can always get it same day or next day, and I can get it at a price, that's reasonable, right? And may not be the best price. But what changed in 2021? Well, due to all the huge volumes and the supply chain crisis, Amazon finally broke. What do I mean by that? Well, people actually went to Amazon, they typed it in, and they either couldn't find it, right, because it wasn't there, or it was going to take a really long time for people to get it, or it was a ridiculous price because the demand was much higher than the supply. And so all of a sudden people go, oh, you know what? Amazon is not the only game in town. I'm now going to go look at Walmart, at Target, at Newegg, at BH Photo, at Google Shopping, at Microsoft Shopping, that kind of a thing. And what they discovered is, oh, you know what? It's just as easy to buy from there as it is to buy from Amazon. And so now my buying behavior is not just go to Amazon. My buying behavior is, I'm going to check around a bunch of these different marketplaces. That is an enormous win. And that is the real rocket fuel that gets put onto a model like Kibo, because that's where we live, on all of these different marketplaces, right? It's like, it's very similar to Zoom, right? So Zoom was doing great before the pandemic. They had a very successful, profitable, wonderful company. And then all of a sudden, the pandemic happens and Zoom takes off like wildfire because of behavior changes. And that's exactly what's happening here with the other marketplaces outside of Amazon. So that is why Walmart has said, yep, now is the time. And that is why Kibo is going through the roof right now. And now when you combine, Kibo going through the roof with Amazon, and all of a sudden you've got this like perfect storm of all these events happening together, right? That make it just, I'm running out of superlatives, and adjectives to describe why 2022 is the time, please, for you to get involved in building an e-commerce system, okay? Because it just pours raw rocket fuel on the core Kibo code system. So let's just talk a little bit about a little more detail about the core system and how, these marketplaces and Walmart and all this sort of stuff fits in, right? We've got 3 steps. You're going to activate your profitable products. You're going to generate free traffic and sales, and then you're going to scale. So the first thing is we've got, and this is an area definitely where people, particularly beginners, have stumbled. And Aiden is going to show you the technology that we have that gets rid of that problem, right? So you're going to identify a core selection of winning products, and you're going to use our secret technology that we've developed. You're going to use US suppliers only, doesn't matter if you're in the US or not, and you're going to focus on products that make a profit, and only on products you're not going to worry about niches, right? You're going to activate these products, and you'll see how easy that is, in a super optimized web store that you don't need to develop or design or anything. You push a button. We've got special software, sets it all up, right? And this is the exact same storefront, all the, the apps and the conversion tools and all that sort of stuff. You don't have to know any of that or deal with any of it, that we use to generate thousands of dollars every single day. And now you're ready to sell, right? And then you're going to start generating free traffic. Okay. Now, one of the best ways to do that is Facebook Marketplace. Now, last year, we spent a whole webinar talking about why Facebook Marketplace is just, the insane best thing for an e-commerce beginner, certainly. And even for people who've been doing it for years like us. But we don't even have time to get into why amazing that is, because there's so many other damn amazing things to talk about. But Facebook Marketplace, there are hundreds of millions of monthly users, and people are not leveraging it like we are and our students are. And that's because people think of it, as like, I'm going to sell my, grandmother's stuff that's in my grandmother's attic or something, which people do. But so many people are using it to sell new products, as we are. And it is phenomenal because there's zero risk. You can be selling products in hours. You literally can make your first sale in hours. And you've got so much traffic. It's all free. It's just cake to do, particularly with our software and tools. And so it's amazing. And again, we could spend a whole webinar talking about why just Facebook Marketplace is amazing, but we just don't have time. So please take my word for it. And by the way, there's plenty of other free traffic sources that we are killing it on. And this is the model, guys. This is the way it is. We are going to be in everywhere. We want to be in all the marketplaces. And if you have software that allows you to get into those marketplaces easily, right, with like one push of a button and manage all that stuff, and if it's free to get into those marketplaces and you're not spending money on the products and you're not spending money on the advertising, then what is the risk? Why not be everywhere? Okay. Here's an example of selling on a brand new product on Facebook Marketplace. This is an actual product. Laser engraving machine. This is something that most people wouldn't think of selling on Facebook Marketplace, and yet it works a treat. 21,000 in sales. So you're going to list your products on the Facebook Marketplace. You're going to generate targeted US-based traffic. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to start making sales, okay? And you can do the exact same thing with TikTok and Pinterest and a few other places that are free traffic. So there is zero risk here. You're not buying the inventory until somebody buys it from you. You're not paying for the traffic. And you're not even investing much time. So you'd be hard pressed to come up with some scenario where you're building a business, starting a business, and you have so little risk, as much as basically zero. And we want to get you to milestone number 1 here, about $1,000 a week in profit. Okay. Now you're going to identify your most profitable products from step number 2, and then you can launch them on multiple marketplaces, right? If you know it's already selling, it has demand. You've got good margins and all that kind of stuff. You got a good supplier set up. Okay, great. Let's put it on Microsoft Shopping. Let's put it on Google Shopping. Let's put it on the Walmart Marketplace, right? So the aim there, right, is you just want more. Yeah, let's generate more traffic. Let's get more sales. Let's make more profits. Hey, we promised you we'd show you actual products that we are selling on Walmart. Here you go. Here's one. And this is not your typical e-commerce product. Remember, you don't ever see this product. This is a dropship model, okay? And we'll talk about where the suppliers come from and how easy it is. And it won't be a problem finding these products and getting them dropshipped, okay? But here's a big swing set, $50,000 in revenue on Walmart. Here's another example of a Walmart product, $16,000 selling an above ground swimming pool. And it really opens up. Once you don't have to deal with the inventory and the order fulfillment, it really kind of opens up your ability to sell all sorts of different products, right? So once we multiply our marketplaces, we can conceivably get to milestone number 2, about $5,000 in profit, and then we're going to scale from there. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can scale, right? So, but certainly you could just repeat the 3 steps, and you could just have more products. You could kind of rinse and repeat that, right? You can keep keeping the winners and getting rid of the losers. And then the other thing is obviously to get more traffic to any of the products that you have. So, you can expand traffic sources. You can get onto all sorts of other marketplaces. There are tons of free places now, free marketplaces. There are some paid marketplaces that are very valuable to get into. You could start building sales funnels with your email list that you're building out of, selling all these products. And we show you how to do all this, right? So you don't have to worry about it. But it's just to give you an idea of kind of the path that you're taking here. And this can get you to milestone number 3, like order of magnitude, $10,000 a week in profit. Now, if you're thinking that that's unrealistic, it certainly you have to follow the system and you have to put the effort in, but it is not unrealistic. Absolutely not. I mean, we've done $35,000 in a single day, right? So hitting these milestones is incredibly realistic as long as you take action, and don't forget, okay, that the fulfillment process is not something you're going to get bogged down in. You're not going to get bogged down in finding products, in finding people to drop ship. We'll explain that. You'll see some examples of our technology to do that. These are US suppliers, so your customer is not going to sit around waiting for something that's 20 weeks away in China. And you don't have to buy it up front, right? So the difference between what the customer paid for the product, which they do first, and what the supplier charges you is basically you pocket it, and that's your profit.
So, guys, let me know in the question box. Is this making sense? Just everything that Steve has been sharing, and we have had lots of good comments in there. I just want to make sure that we're not losing anyone. And if you do have a few things that you're not too sure of, don't worry. We are going to continue to take questions here, and we are going to dive into more detail over the next few moments. But there are lots of yeses are coming in. That's great. And e-commerce is absolutely booming. You can see the trend line on this graph, and that's only going to continue to grow. Now, we've got lots more to cover. In a couple of moments, you're going to see the live demo of some amazing technology that we've put together. And then a little bit later on, we've got a couple of major announcements as well. We've got that free gift I mentioned to everyone that you'll get towards the end of the workshop. So stick around, and we'll also take questions live a little bit later as well, okay? Now, there are 3 critical elements that you need to nail to make this work, and they are products, automation, and conversions. You really need to get these right, otherwise you're going to be, pushing uphill all the time. So we've got 3 shortcuts which are designed specifically to take care of these. Now, if we look at the products one first on the right-hand side, that's taken care of by something called Kibo Oracle, which allows you to pinpoint the highest quality and most profitable products to sell. And again, it's designed to help you make money faster and in a more streamlined fashion. If we look at automation now, that's taken care of by Kibo HQ. And this is some software that I'm going to show you in just a moment as well. And again, it's designed to help you get from A to Z, step by step by step, in a streamlined fashion, automating just as much of all of it as possible. And then conversions are taken care of by our Kibo converters, and I'll talk more about them in a second. So who wants to have a sneak peek at some of this amazing technology that we've been alluding to over the past half hour or so? Give me a yes in the question box. I want to see at least half of you giving me a yes in the question box, because this is pretty exciting and this hasn't been shared with the public, okay? So you are getting an insider look. Okay, fantastic. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let me do this now. I will pull up in another browser here, and you should now be able to see that I've pulled up another browser. And the first thing that you're met with is our dashboard, which shows our sales that are coming in here. In fact, let me just change that so it's on, let's see, the last 7 days. You can see the numbers, number of sales, average order value, and you can see some pretty big days there. I mean, 3,790, 2,220. More sales are still like flooding in today. Okay, so there's really good, sales coming in, and I think that's good. Just to showcases the power of the system that Steve has been talking about. But getting back to this HQ, this is at the absolute cutting edge of e-commerce, and unlike Shopify or any other e-commerce platform out there, the HQ provides you with a complete start to finish, streamlined approach to e-commerce where all the critical elements are tied together. And this is really what makes all of the difference when people like you, or online entrepreneurs, people who want to make money online, it makes all of the difference because it actually allows you to make money in the fastest and easiest way possible, because the HQ does not just give you one piece of the puzzle. Okay, this software is not just one piece of the puzzle. It gives you all of the pieces of the puzzle so that you can quickly start making money without all the headache. So, for example, it takes just a few seconds to get products ready to sell in your store because of Oracle, and you can see a link to that down there, and I'll go into that in just a second. It takes just seconds to sell through other channels as well. And if I scroll down here a little bit, I can look at different feeds. We've got a bunch of different feeds down there, and I'll talk more about those shortly as well. Now, one of the first things that you'll see when you come into this dashboard is, if we look at the top of the left-hand menu, it says Add New Store. And the thing that I want you to understand here is that you can add multiple stores, and this is really important. And unfortunately, a lot of shopping platforms, Shopify being one of them, they don't allow you to add multiple stores. And they also charge you for every single store that you have, which is not something that we do. I mean, ideally, you should be able to manage multiple stores, and you should be able to do them in one centralized dashboard. And that's exactly what we can do here. And that's one of the reasons why we can link together all of the different pieces of the puzzle, which is just a complete game changer. Now, some of the functionality that we've built into the HQ, specifically around conversion optimization and streamlining the daily operations, include things like rapid integration with lots of different sales channels. So I mentioned some of these to you before. You can see a few of them down here as an example, but you've got Google, Microsoft, Facebook Shops, Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, Pinterest, eBay, others as well, like Amazon, Etsy, Walmart, of course, which is a massive one. And these are all integrated, and you can have your products pushed out to these literally at the push of a button. So in the past, it used to take you an enormous amount of effort. It would, like, you'd have to publish products on every single platform. It just wasn't viable. But the way that we've built this technology, it really does streamline everything and allow you to push your products out to all of these different places. Is this making sense, guys? Give me a yes in the question box if you're excited about what you're seeing here. And I'm just scratching the surface. I mean, if we look at down here, you can do different things with discounts and gift cards. And by the way, you don't need any third-party apps or plugins. This is just all, out of the box by default. You've got all this advanced technology. Another thing that we do is we support multiple currencies. So, for example, if you are based in the United States, you could have someone visit your store in France, and if they're in France, then they're going to see euros. Or then maybe they'll be in New Zealand and they open up your store and they're going to see New Zealand dollars there. Or maybe they're in the UK and it'll display in pounds. This is native. By that I mean it's built in multiple currency support, and it's just a default setting. And what this does is it opens up a whole world of possibilities. You can make more money by selling to people anywhere in the world and not being limited just to one area or currency. So it opens up a whole world of possibilities. And just while we're looking at the store, if I drag that like that, it might be a little bit small for you, but what we can see when I do that is the mobile view. And this is really cool because everything is completely optimized. And this is really how it needs to be in 2022. You'll find that probably over half of your sales come through mobile devices in 2022. And now, as I'm presenting this, I'm actually in Argentina, and it's showing me Argentine pesos. Okay, so anyway, I can go to the checkout. This is again mobile view. It's a one-page, single page checkout, super simple and really streamlined, just as it should be. Okay. Now, something else that's really cool is the ability to be able to add lots of advanced marketing capabilities, and again, without needing to buy add-ons, without needing to cobble together different pieces of technology. You get all of the state-of-the-art marketing technology built in and available by default. So here, for example, you're seeing a funnel technology that allows you to create an upsell funnel at the push of a button. You literally just push a few buttons, select a couple of things, and you can be done. Now, the same kind of a thing is available for post-purchase upsells. We've got a really nice exit wheel that works really well on the store. You can display recommended products. You've got the single-page checkout, which I touched on, product reviews, and so much more. And again, I just want to stress here, to cobble something together like this, and it wouldn't be streamlined. If you were using the likes of Shopify, you'd be paying $1,100 per month per store, okay? So with our headquarters, you're getting it all in one centralized location. And this technology is just getting better and better and better, everything that we've got here. Now, I'm going to share with you something that we have never shared with anyone before. And I was going to do a live demo, but I really can't do it because we've got some proprietary technology in here, and I don't want to, it's really reserved for people who are users to be able to see it, but I'll be able to at least paint a picture of what we're doing. Now, we've developed some AI technology, which is essentially an artificial intelligence bot, and it's completely automated. So when you are selling through social channels, one of the things that's important is that you are able to have dialogue and communicate with people who might be interested in what you're selling. So let's say you're selling this dog bed, for example. Okay, you've got it published in one of your social channels. This one happens to be a Facebook page, but it could be others. And someone comments on it. Now, we've got this AI bot, which is programmed for you to respond in a way that makes sense depending on what the person has commented. So if someone were to comment, hey, I'm really interested in this, then or this looks cool or something, then we can have a message go out to them automatically, which will appear, within 10 or 15 seconds, and it'll say, hey, glad you like it, kind of a thing. You can find out more information here, and you can purchase it at this link, and it'll give them a link, and it's all completely automated. And this is just one example of how we're able to automate a lot of what we're doing. Did that make sense, guys? And I really wish I could show you that live, but we do have, I'll kind of like let the whole cat out of the bag of how it all works if I show it to you live. But anyway, hopefully you can sort of see how that works. And lots of yeses are coming in there. People are saying brilliant, sounds amazing, great. Okay. All right. So now, if all that's good and well, the real jewel in the crown, and Steve's mentioned this a little bit, is Oracle. I mean, this is what really moves the needle, and this is what removes the hurdle and the headache that people have had with e-commerce in the past. So I'm here inside of Oracle, and it's just got thousands and thousands and thousands, millions actually, of products that are sucked in from different suppliers, different wholesale suppliers. The number one supplier that we use in here is eBay. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, eBay, that's interesting. The thing about eBay is eBay today is not what it was 5 or even 10 years ago. It's a place where you can find sophisticated and huge wholesalers. And what we can do using this Oracle tool is we can tap into and sell any product of the thousands or tens of thousands of wholesalers. And these wholesalers are many times multi-million dollar, professional sellers on eBay. And this gives you access to millions of products that you can sell at the click of a button. And you can do this from anywhere in the world. You can bypass things that used to get people hung up, like reseller certificates and this, that, and the other, because you can just do it through this system, and you don't need that with the way that we've got this all set up. Now, what's really cool is that you can also identify products very, very quickly using a range of different filters and sliders. So for example, I could say, I want to find products inside a certain range, and I could drag the slider over, or I could say, show me products that have got a certain rating, or I could show the top rated products, or I could just look at the best sellers. There's all kinds of different things that you can do here. And this saves you time, but more importantly, it serves up the absolute best products that you might want to sell. Now, it gets even better, because when I'm looking at these products, I don't even know what the hell that thing is. By the way, okay, it says it's a hardened rock guard shoe, replaces such and such. It must be a specific part for a certain shoe or something like that. But I can see at a glance right now that 58 of these things have been sold in the past month. Sales have been worth $3,422. The product cost wholesale is $59. And there are more than 10 of them available. Sometimes it's got a specific number, but in this case, there's more than 10. Now, if I want to go and have a look at that, I can click on it. There's a graph here, and normally that'll show you the past 4 months of sales, but we can see in January, it's done 58 sales. Yeah, that's interesting. And we can see other bits and pieces as well, like product descriptions, specifications, seller ratings, and so on and so forth. And I mean, there's lots of, here's another product that I found, 402 items sold in January. This is another one. And when I want to add this to my store, I just press that button there. It says add to import list. And what that'll do is it'll pull into this list here. This is my import list. And I can also see a link to that down there. And then when I want to add it to my store, super, super simple. I can just come in here. I click that publish to store button that pops up there, and it's in my store in literally 1 or 2 seconds. That's it. It's published in the store. It's available, and people can buy it. Now, when people can buy it, for them to be able to buy it, they could buy it on your store. But since we've got this ability to get on all of these different types of marketplaces, then why don't we do that? Well, down here, you've got the Facebook link. And if I go to that, if I open that up, I can see a whole bunch of my products that are ready to go out to the Facebook marketplace. I could select this box, click publish, bam, it's over in my Facebook marketplace. If I wanted to get it on a different channel, like a Facebook shop, or maybe I want to get it into one of my feeds down here, I could go and do that. Pinterest, it's just all built in. And I'm starting to talk really tired here and losing my breath, because I'm just so excited about this, and we haven't shown this to anyone before. So I hope I'm doing a good job. Let me know, give me a 1 in the question box if you can see the power here. And like I mentioned at the start, I think even just seeing how it looks when sales are rolling in day after day after day, hopefully that gets you excited as well. $3,790. This is what it's all about. So just to recap, you can do that fast filtering and find products very, very quickly, unlike we've ever been able to do before. You can also analyze the products, because you can see at a glance different information around the product, like how much it's going to cost you, how many sales it's had in the past month, star ratings, descriptions, inventory levels, and so much more. You can import that product into your store at the push of a button. This is all built into your headquarters. It's fast, it streamlines making sales, and then you can just have fun making sales. And you can do this in a whole range of different ways, by free traffic on the Facebook Marketplace. And by the way, you don't have to use Facebook Marketplace if you don't want to. There's lots of different options out there. That's just one of the different pieces of the puzzle. But as an example, Facebook Marketplace, Pinterest, 1 click and you're done. And other marketplace integrations as well. 1 click and you're done. Advanced sale conversion strategies. These are activated by default. You don't even have to do anything. Order processing, activated by default, fast and easy. So to sum all of this up, the HQ is a start to finish solution to not just getting started with an e-commerce business from scratch, but ramping up and hitting significant milestones, like for example, $10,000 profit per month, and it's battle tested. Now, I mentioned some stats earlier. We've had over 458,000 products being listed by people using our HQ in the past couple of years. We've had hundreds of thousands of customers come through, not just our own stores, but our students' stores. Okay? So collectively, hundreds of thousands of people have come through and made purchases on our stores and in the different marketplaces that have used, that have ultimately, been the result of using this HQ that you're seeing here. This isn't something that's just been whipped together either. 48,000 man hours to build this thing. I think you can see the sophistication. It really is at the cutting edge of e-commerce, and I can tell you what, it is a complete game changer. It's a complete game changer. So did you like what you saw there, guys? Give me a 1 in the question box. You love what you're seeing. It's truly amazing. Okay, it's truly amazing. It works, and it's a real it's a real sort of equalizer for people all over the world, because if you're not in the United States, in the past it has been challenging to sell on some of these marketplaces. Well, I'm not in the United States either, and I can sell on all of these marketplaces regardless, of where I am. And a lot of that is in thanks to this technology that I've just been sharing with you here. So awesome. I think a lot of you are seeing the power there, super excited. We might be able to dive into it much deeper a little bit later as well if we get time. So quick recap. The strategy is to ignore niches. You can use Oracle to find 10 products that kind of fit the criteria. And this is the core of the model. You'll use free traffic. You can get it from lots of different places. Some examples are Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest. And you'll use this free traffic to generate $1,000 per week in profit. You'll then expand marketplaces and traffic sources to go from $1,000 to $5,000 in profit per week to $10,000 in profit per week, and keep scaling. There's no ceiling to the amount of money that you can make from this, and I think that's something that's really exciting as well. And you get all the benefits without any of the headaches. So you don't have to worry about traffic issues. You don't have to pay for traffic if you don't want to. We use free traffic to begin with. There's no supplier headaches. Oracle, our amazing software, takes care of that. You don't even have to deal with the suppliers. It's all done. It's all handled within Oracle. Low risk, super low risk. I mean, what are you risking when you're doing this? Absolutely nothing. No money is being risked here. You don't have to buy inventory up front. Very rapid results, no overseas supplies, and it works for people all over the world. And you only need a handful of these products to start making some great money. And most importantly, many people who have been through our coaching over the past couple of years, as we've introduced the basics of what we're talking about here today, have been able to get amazing results when they have followed the steps, when they've followed the recipe, when they've taken action. Okay, and you can see some of them here. 6,000 from Drake in 7 days. Peter there, $3,114 in just 1 day. Now, I was speaking to Peter recently, and 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago, January 2021, he had just been laid off. He used to be an Uber driver, but he was unable to drive for Uber anymore, and he started an e-commerce business. He knew absolutely nothing. Fast forward 12 months and $3,000 in a single day. He had no special or prior experience in this at all. He didn't know anything about it. He just followed the recipe and got results. Dominic, he has actually got 2 stores. This one is $11,556 in 1 month. He's got another one that does over $15,000 in a month. Add those two together, you got $26,000 in a month. And he's just another example of regular person who's followed the recipe. $1,200 in 24 hours from Mike, $1,276 in 24 hours for Robert, $2,046 in a single day for Tim. And the list goes on and on and on. And remember, the core Kibo system has produced incredible results for students over the past couple of years. But what we're talking about here today are new breakthroughs which build on top of that. So all of these results from these people that I've been sharing with you here, they didn't have the benefit of some of the amazing technology and strategies. Like, none of them are using Walmart, none of them are using some of the different parts of the software that we've been sharing. So imagine what's possible now. Now, the question that you might be asking yourself is, can you really do this? Can you really do it? And the answer is absolutely yes. It doesn't matter if you've tried and failed in the past. You can do this. Many of our students have had massive success, and many of them came in with zero experience. Many of our students actually came in having failed many times in the past, and this allowed them to get their breakthrough. It's currently a reliable bread and butter income to hundreds of early adopters and has generated 47 million in online revenue with over 20 million in profit. So it's absolutely huge, and we can do the same for you. We can help you, but your most critical action step is you simply need to take action. And Philip sums this up the best. Follow the course, how it's laid out. I've seen too many people give up when it doesn't work right away. You fail 100% of the time that you don't try. And you can see some amazing, more amazing results in there as well. This is an amazing system, guys, and we are so excited to have the opportunity to show it to you here today. And what we've done is we've put together a complete package of training, tools, and hand-holding support to give you everything you need to change your life with this amazing system. So I'm excited now, and I'm pretty proud actually to introduce you to Kibo Eclipse. Now, the first question that you may be asking yourself is, how is this different to the first two iterations of the Kibo code that we've released over the past 24 months? I'll get into the specifics in a second, but just to paint a picture, when we released the original iteration, the first version of the Kibo code, it was January 2020. It was before the world was brought to its knees with the pandemic, okay? It was pre-pandemic, essentially. The e-commerce landscape has evolved at lightning speed since then. It's been the fastest growth period in e-commerce in history, okay? So that should start to paint a picture there. And even if we compare what we were doing 1 year ago to what we're doing now, the blueprint we use, the marketplaces we sell on, the advancements in social selling, all the technology behind the scenes, what we're doing in 2022 is in a completely different league. I kind of think about it like, you know, it's like we were crawling with weights tied around our ankles a couple of years ago, and now we are sprinting forward with no resistance whatsoever. This is the power of Kibo Eclipse, and it's unlike anything you would have seen before. With the breakthrough advancements and the software, we're taking things to a whole new level. We're making everything much faster and much easier than it's ever been before. In fact, our battle cry for Kibo Eclipse is speed, profit, and scale. We are so confident about your success as long as you take action that we've actually laid down a serious challenge for everyone, and that is our Kibo Eclipse 30-day challenge. So the way this works is you're going to get access to everything that I've showed you, okay? Kibo Oracle, the Kibo converters, Kibo HQ software, and you're going to pick your first products and get them live and start getting some traffic. And you're going to watch us in real time. You're going to be able to copy exactly what we do, and your aim is to get you to 100 sales in your first 30 days and then keep scaling from there. Now, this is critically important. You need to get your first big win quickly. It's super important from a psychological standpoint, because then you will see firsthand that this actually works, and you will see for yourself that you can do it. It's going to give you confidence and drive to persevere and continue to build your business. And your aim here is simple: to hit 100 sales within 30 days and be on your way to hitting milestone number 1, which is a run rate of $1,000 in profit per week, week after week after week. And hopefully you'll get there within 30 days. And we are going to help you take massive action every step of the way. So how exactly is this going to work? I really want you to pay close attention to this section, because this is where I'm going to share exactly what you're getting and how it's going to work. There are 8 core components of Kibo Eclipse, and they are designed to maximize your chances of success. The first is what we call a watch and copy training program. This is component number 1, and it's a brand new 8-week training for 2022, and it's where we showcase and walk you through our radically different approach. And we're also sharing this information with you in a different way as well, because we're going to be actually doing it, and you'll be able to watch what we're doing and copy it as we do it. So this is going to allow you to build your business and scale your business in record time and make incredible money with this amazing system. We're going to leave no stone unturned in what we're doing here. We're going to make sure you've got every piece of training that you could possibly need. You'll have over 100 step-by-step videos, little bite-sized videos that you can work your way through step by step by step. You're going to have strategy manuals, process maps, extensive resources, live sessions, and so much more. Now, component number 1, this one here, it's the Kibo Incubator, and quite frankly, this is worth thousands of dollars. This is where you're getting all of our secrets, our blueprint, sharing exactly how we do this, and we've been building up to this in our own e-commerce business for about 13 years now. You're getting the benefit of all of that experience and know-how and testing. Now, the second component is what we call office hours. These are mastermind style sessions, and we run 3 of them per week, and you'll be able to tune into all of them if you want to. You'll be able to watch replays if you want to, and the whole idea with these is to get more sort of operational, in the trenches training from us. So from Steve, from myself, from some of our other coaches like Sean. And this is where we'll be able to do live interaction with you. So you can tell us where you are. If you've got any roadblocks that you need help with, we're going to be able to do detailed analysis and give you more strategic advice. On-screen demos, these are really, really popular, and make sure all of your questions are answered. So the value here is huge. We're investing an enormous amount of time into the second component, which is the office hours. And again, this is all designed to help you get up and running, making money, and seeing results faster. Now, the third component is 12 months of free access to Kibo HQ. Now, I shared with you a moment ago, we went inside, we took a look at this, and hopefully you could see the value and just the sophistication that the Kibo HQ has got. Now, this is normally going to be $499 per month, okay? That's the normal public price. And you will get free access for a full 12 months, okay? So this has a real value of $5,988. There's nothing out there that's quite like this. And I mean, this will be the difference for some people in being able to finally get that breakthrough online. It's absolutely amazing. Access to Kibo HQ gives you the ability to build out your web stores, and not just your web stores, but manage all of your channels like Walmart, Facebook, like Google, all from one centralized location. It also enables you to effortlessly track your vital stats, see your sales rolling in, and so much more, and would pour an enormous amount of money into building this, and time. And it's been, a labor of love over the past couple of years as we've been building this up and getting it to where it is today. And again, you will reap all of the rewards of that journey. Now, component number 4 is the ability to find profitable products faster with Oracle. I showed you this, brand new. No one's ever seen this before. Completely new, built from the ground up. We've spent tens of thousands of dollars on this technology, and it is a game changer. It allows you to identify products in a matter of seconds, analyze products in a matter of seconds, and get access to just an absolute boatload, millions of products, filter down to the best products and get them on your store. So never again are you going to have any issues or headaches with identifying products that you can sell on your store. You don't have to pay anything to get these products listed. You can press a button, they can be on your store in a matter of seconds. So obviously this is going to save you a huge amount of time and help accelerate your results, because that's the name of the game here. Now, the 5th component is the Kibo Conversion Suite. I haven't spoken all that much about this yet, but I did give you a sneak peek at the Kibo Bot, which is like a VA, a virtual assistant for making more sales. And this is what is going to engage with people through different social platforms and allow you to make money on an automated, like autopilot while you're asleep at night, 24/7. And this is all sort of built into what we're doing here. We've got done for you chat scripts built in as well. And this is just one of the converters. This is one that we're highlighting that we're sort of talking about here today, but there are other converters in the conversion suite as well. And I showed you this image earlier. Now, component number 6 is viral traffic and tapping into it with Kibo Socializer. Now, Kibo Socializer is our answer to being able to identify and leverage social selling in 2022. Social selling is huge. Okay, social selling is massive. Not that many people are talking about it. And the challenge for most people is being able to identify the places that they can sell, identify where all the traffic is happening on these social platforms, and then be able to tap into it. And we've got a piece of software which I haven't had time to show you. I might be able to show it to you a little bit later if we have time here. But it allows you to identify physical products, places where people are having conversations about physical products, and get in front of it, essentially. So get in front of that traffic and identify. Also, it's a great tool for research as well, identifying products, but that's another story that we'll get into. This works amazingly well, and again, is a real secret weapon in the world of social selling. Component number 7 is to rapidly scale your business with our accelerators. Now, our accelerators are the types of things that allow us to grow our business to $219,000 in a single month, and this is additional revenue to the core model. Now, the aim of the accelerators is to provide you with done-for-you components to speed things up and to scale. So we've got, for example, fill in the blanks email series that are done for you, and you can apply these to any product that you might have, and you don't need extra technology for this. You just plug it into your back end. Done for you high converting landing pages that we've used to make thousands of dollars. You'll see exactly what they are, and essentially you can just copy and paste. So lots of things here to double, even triple your sales and profits. And I can tell you what, these accelerators have resulted in tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of extra revenue for us. So the value here is quite enormous. And then component number 8 is the VIP support with Kibo Mentor Point. This is the best support in the business. This is where you get access to our entire team of experts, and these are people that are actually working the business themselves. Okay, and our aim here is to help you hit a 6-figure run rate, and we've actually got multiple avenues of support. Now, a couple of things that I think really stand out about our support team. These are people that are actually working this business themselves. They are not new to this business. They are people that have been doing this business for a couple of years. Remember, we started our Kibo journey 2 years ago, and these people have been working with us, building their own businesses, and on our support team since then, since the start of it all. Okay, so they've got real experience. The other thing that I want to point out is we've got people on our support desk. We've got coaches all over the world, so we can really provide 24/7 support. So, for example, we've got people in Australia, both on the east and west coast of Australia. We've got people all over the United States. We've got people in Europe and the UK. We've got people in New Zealand. And all of our support team are native English speakers as well. Now, it's not uncommon for us when you've got a question for us to reply with a little video showing you how to do something. It's also not uncommon for us just to jump into your headquarters or into your store and make a change and actually do it for you, because we sort of think of ourselves as being on your team here. Now, and we want to do whatever it takes to make sure that you succeed. It's hard to put a value on this. I mean, I think it's priceless, quite honestly. When it comes to building a profitable business, this is really what you need. Okay, you need that kind of support. And just for good measure, you're also going to get access to our virtual live event. This is 2 full days of training, tactics, and strategies that you can tune into and enjoy from the comfort of your own home. You're going to hear from expert speakers, some of them who have done over $10 million a year with e-commerce, secrets for tripling your profits with proven conversion formulas, actionable growth strategies, a treasure chest of secrets to give you a true competitive edge. And if we were to sell something like this to the public, we would never do it for under $2,000. So you are getting real value here, and it's exclusive to Kibo Eclipse members. We've also got something called our achievement system, and this is designed to give you accountability and to make it fun. So as you progress through this journey, you're going to get different badges along the way. For example, when you make your first sale, you'll get one of these achievement badges. When you hit $10,000 in a month, you'll get a $10,000 per month badge. When you hit $1,000 per day, you'll get a $1,000 per day badge, and so on and so forth. So it's a little bit like a video game where you go leveling up. And these badges will appear in lots of different places, and we found them to be really, really effective and something a little bit unique. We have a lot of fun with them. Now, all of the obstacles have been eliminated. Remember, we want to get you to 100 sales first, as fast as we can, and then scale to $1,000 per week in profit and upwards from there. There are no traffic issues. There's very low risk. You get high profits and you get rapid results. You've got that challenge, $1,000 per week, $5,000 per week, $10,000 per week in profit and beyond. We've got the milestones and the action plan to get you there. We provide you with all of the tools, the instructions, the training. The financial roadblocks have been removed. You don't have to worry about paid ads or anything like that to start with. And you simply need to take action, be motivated. You don't need any special experience. This is the perfect opportunity for people who might have struggled to make money online in the past. It's also perfect for someone who's looking to supplement something else they may already have going on. So maybe you've already got an online business that you're working on. Well, this is something that you can add into the mix, because it's not going to take up too much of your time. It's not going to disrupt your life. It's also great for people who have got no prior experience in online business. Maybe you've got a day job and you want to start something on the side. Well, this is a great way that you can do this. We've spent 13 years helping thousands of people from all corners of the globe to change their life, and we can help you too. So many people are succeeding with this system. We've got people, like I say, from all corners of the globe, $15,000, $200 per day, $20,000 in 30 days, $10,000 sales mark for Marilyn. These are people who have been through our training over the past couple of years, and we've got hundreds and hundreds of people like this. there has never been a better time. There has never been a better time for you to take action and get involved in the world of e-commerce. Now, obviously, the results of our students are from people who took action, and we're showing you some of the results of some of our best students. These are not typical, these are exceptional results, but it shows you what's possible. And you will have to put some work in, just like any business. You know, this is not magic, but it is real, okay? So it's really, really exciting, guys. And if you think, you know, how could this potentially change your life? If you could do with some extra income, you know, this is something that could give you an additional income stream to give you that financial peace of mind, so you never have to stress about money again. This could give you a safe and secure retirement, you know, and how much money do you need in your golden years? Would you like an extra $200 profit per day, $500 profit per day? You know, whatever you want to achieve is possible with this. The ability to live life on your terms. Maybe that means quitting your day job. Maybe it means a laptop lifestyle. Maybe it means being your own boss, working from home. Whatever you want to achieve, you can do it. And you can also help others more if that's your objective as well. Maybe you want to be able to provide more time or money for your kids or your parents or your siblings, whatever it might be. The bottom line is this can give you freedom. It can give you financial freedom, it can give you time freedom, and it can give you geographic freedom. And I'm saying this from experience, but I'm also saying that because I've seen that it's done it for many of our students who have come before you. Now, a word of warning, we are limited to the number of people that we can bring into this, okay? Coaching and support takes time. We pride ourselves on being able to look after our members, and we do have a firm start date. We are starting on this on Friday, and if we hit capacity before then, we will shut down before then. So you do have a firm time deadline by which you need to be in by. And again, we reveal absolutely everything. You're going to get all the systems, the strategies, the software, everything that you could possibly need to make a go of this. And if you're serious about creating real online business in 2022, then this is unprecedented. You know, this is not for the hobbyist, okay? This is for someone who wants to make a go of this. We have battle tested this. It's absolutely proven. And we've really struggled to think, you know, what would be a fair price for this. And originally we were going to charge $9,997. And I'm not just saying that, I'm not just making that up. For real, we were going to charge $9,997. And you'll find out a little bit more about why that was when I get to a couple of our big announcements that we've got in a few moments time here. But to put this in perspective, we charge $12,000 annually for our private mastermind. We've poured hundreds of thousands of dollars into developing this. And it's just unlike anything. And plus the results that it gets people are absolutely phenomenal. We think it would be an absolute steal at $9,997. But you won't pay $9,997. We realize that that would put it beyond the reach of most people, certainly the people who need this the most. $4,997 is the price that we ultimately settled on. However, we are giving you a huge discount if you get in right now. This is a new year, a new opportunity, and we want you to be able to help you make 2022 your best year yet. So although the list price might be $4,997, you can get started today for $3,497. You've got a $1,500 discount there, and we've got two different payment options. You've got a single one-time payment of $3,497, or you've got 4 payments of $997. You can choose the one that works best for you. I would urge you, if you can afford it, take the one-time payment, because you're going to save an additional $491 when you do that. And you can get started by going to that link that you can see on the screen. We'll get that into the chat box. You need to open up your browser, go to that link that you can see on the screen, and you can get started. Now, I want you to have complete peace of mind jumping into this and not be concerned about anything. And one way that I'm going to give you that peace of mind is by offering you a zero risk, 30-day money back guarantee. So when you come into this, if you change your mind in the next 30 days, we will give you your money back, no questions asked. You don't even have to have a reason. You can just say, want my money back? Okay, that's fine. At least you would have tried. We've made this completely risk-free from a financial standpoint. And this is so fast and so easy to get set up with the streamlined approach that we've got, that we know that if you follow our process, if you follow the recipe, you will know that it's working for you, and you will have sales coming in within 30 days. So you've got everything to gain here and nothing to lose. We've put you in a no-lose situation. Now, we're also doing something which is verging on crazy, okay? No one does this. We can do it because we are that confident in what we've got here. So What I'm announcing now is a double your money back guarantee. As long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation and actively use our support system and our tools and our resources, we guarantee to not only refund your purchase, but to double your money back if for some reason you're unable to make sales in your first 60 days. We want to change your life and don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Go to that link on the screen. And little tip, guys, I do have something special for the first 50 people who jump in here. So if you are jumping in, or if you've finished processing your order, just type I'm in. Okay, I'm in. If you are in process, type process. Okay, and when you go to that link on the screen there, you are getting the cheapest price. You're going to be able to get it at the discount. It's not $4,997. It's got a $1,500 discount, and I'll actually open that up and show it to you in a moment. And I can see a bunch of people are saying that they are already in. We've got people saying process as well. When you do finish jumping in, please let me know by typing I'm in, and I'll explain why this is and why we need you to do that. Ultimately, though, we do have a special bonus for the first 50 people that jump in here. Okay, so don't wait any longer to sign up. Spaces will fill up fast and are only available on a first come, first served basis. We are very limited in the number of people we can help, so you need to move fast or you will miss out. And guys, we're not done. It gets even better, because if you become a Kibo Eclipse member today, you will get access to 4 action taker bonuses. Now, webinar bonus number 1 is social selling secrets. This is specialist extra training on how to drive massive traffic with Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and more. This is a huge opportunity. In fact, you can see 1.9 million impressions on one of the social channels that we'll be teaching you on right there. So this is a big value add that you're going to get, and something you'll be able to work with your business as well. That's webinar bonus number 1. Webinar bonus number 2 are event recordings. So we've got our live virtual event. You're going to get full access to the recordings to this without needing to pay a dime. Okay, so again, that's webinar bonus number 2. You need to get in right now. More good value for you. The third bonus for people who jump in right now is the Secret Mastermind. This is advanced workshops with additional tactics, formulas, and strategies to help you build your business. This is an additional 3 months worth of extra training, showing you how to generate thousands per day in profit. So huge value there. And again, all you need to do to secure access to this is to jump in right now. And you'll also get Kibo Profit Spy, another piece of technology that we've got, which we haven't had an opportunity to really showcase here today, but it's just one of the many things that are behind the scenes that you'll get access to. It can give you live competitive pricing analysis for another avenue of selling, okay, which we'll get into in due course. So again, you need to go to that link that you can see on the screen right now, make your investment. And for the first 50 people to do that, you will get these bonuses as well. These are just for the first 50 people, and just by rough calculation, it looks like we've had about 35 jump in already. So how this works, the first one of these is called Get Your First Sales Sessions, and this is additional training. It's kind of like a second scoop of dessert here, where we will give you a 3-part series of private training sessions that are strictly limited to the first 50 people who jump in here today. Now, the focus will be on specific strategies to deliver instant gratification through rapid sales. So this is something extra special that we're putting on. Again, we can't make this available to everyone, but if you jump in and if you let me know I'm in the question box, then that's great. And if you are in process, please let me know with the process, okay? Now, the second action taker bonus for the first 50 people is access to brand new 3-part bootcamp called Reboot, Rewire, Reward. And in this exclusive new training, I will personally walk you through building a customized and systematic plan to allow you to lay a framework for success and then actually succeed. Now, so much of success is in your planning, in your daily rituals, in your thought processes, and these are what you will absolutely nail in 2022 by being part of the small group who are able to access this. You must move fast, though. This is limited to the first 50 action takers. I'm going to be working in a fairly hands-on manner with you, so we do have to limit this, okay? And I can see a lot of people typing in process, so we've had a bunch of people saying they're in. I'm not going to be able to read out all the names, but I can see Sebastian, Jean, Milan, Dominic, Anthony, Melissa, Pearl, Miguel, Jeff, Ira, Joe, Karen, Alex, Jane, JL, Danny, Patricia, Jane, Vladimir, Vanessa, Jonah, Sabine, Cindy, God, I'm missing out names there, so don't freak out if I've missed your name. And people are saying they're also in process. Apollicina, Bert, we've got Terry, Danny, Keith, Richard, we've got Sega, Della, Tara, Melissa, Helen. Guys, also once you've finished the process, please let us know that you've finished the process, okay? So really, really important. Now, guys, we are not done yet either, okay? I've got a big announcement for you in just a second, which I think you're going to be blown away with. But it is still time for you to decide. Don't wait for us to stop talking here. Don't wait for these announcements. Go ahead, get in now, and you'll be part of that first 50. We've got, Steve has just updated me, we've got 11 of those Fast 50 spots left right now, so jump in. Now, you've got everything you could possibly need. The Kibo Incubator, Jumpstart, HQ, Oracle, the accelerators, the converters, socializer, the VIP support. Then there's Walmart, amazing, huge opportunity, $5,988 in savings on Currencies and the HQ, social selling secrets, event recording, Secret Mastermind, Kibo Profit Spy, and more. Now, unfortunately, some people will miss out on this. It happens every single year. Don't let that be you. Go to the link that you can see there and make your investment right now. Now, we've got two major announcements. And when I mentioned a moment ago that we were genuinely thinking of selling this for $9,997, one of the reasons was the next major announcement that you're going to see on the next screen. And believe me, this is very, very good news for everyone who's jumped in right now. And that is that you will get lifetime access, okay? You're going to get lifetime access to Kibo Eclipse and updates that we do, not just in 2022, but in 2023, 2024, and beyond. Anytime we update the Kibo model, you are going to get access, okay? And other people will not get access ever again, because that's the second announcement, is that this is the final Kibo. This is the final time we are going to be doing this training. Mark my words, we will not be doing this again. This is the third iteration, by far the most powerful iteration in our Kibo journey. We started this in 2020, January 2020, with the first original version of the Kibo code. We upped our game in 2021 with Kibo Quantum, and here we are for the final and absolute most powerful, best version of all, Kibo Eclipse. It's now a case of now or never. It really is a case of now or never. You will never get another chance to do this in the future, because this is the final time that we are publicly launching Kibo, okay? Our e-commerce business is exploding and we need to double down. We need to focus on it. But the great news for you is that if you are part of this special and final group, you'll be coming on the journey with us, and you'll get all of the updates, and you'll get all the updates for life, okay? So when we roll out new training, we're not going to be selling it as another Kibo version. We're just going to be giving it to you. You're getting lifetime access. And this is why we were really thinking seriously about making this $9,997, one of the reasons why, okay? But obviously you can get in for much, much less than that today. Recap on the journey so far, guys: 48,000 man hours, $2.41 million to battle test it with ads, 458,000 products tested by our students, hundreds of thousands of orders have come into our student stores, 47 million in revenue. I mean, this is battle tested, guys. This is mature, this is proven, and it absolutely works. No one's debating that. So let me know in the question box if you are in. If you're in, type I'm in. If you're in process, type in process, okay? And just while you do that, I am gonna bring up something else here. I wanna show you how you can go ahead and get in. Just stand by while I do this. Okay, I'm pulling something else up here. All right, so when you go to that link that you can see on the screen, and I'll make sure that you can actually see that, so hang on 1 second, I'll just get my browser all fixed up there. So when you go to the link that you can see at the bottom of the screen there, you will be taken to a page that looks like this, okay? And it's a simple page. There's not much to see here. There's just a picture of Steve and I at the bottom. There's a recap that you've got 30-day ironclad money-back guarantee, so no risk. And you've got two different payment options, okay? One payment of $3,497, or you got the split payment, 4 payments of $997. You're not being penalized if you take that split payment, okay? You're still gonna get access to everything, but it does work out a wee bit more expensive. The one-time payment is $491 cheaper. So I always recommend people take the cheapest option, which is that one there. You click the button, add to cart. it's going to take you through to the checkout page. And this is powered by ClickBank, which is a third-party secure credit card processing tool. And you put in your email address there. You got PayPal there. PayPal Credit is available for people in the USA and I believe the UK as well. And I'll talk about this in just a second. But you can pay with PayPal. You can pay with credit card. Put your information in, click that Pay Now button, and you're done. Simple, okay? That's how easy it is to get in. And you could be on the inside in literally a matter of 30 seconds or so from now. So that's what you need to do right now if you want to get in. Congratulations to everyone who has already gone ahead and jumped in, okay? So what we're going to do now is we are going to give away $250 in cash to 4 people, okay? And we do have more cash to give away a little bit later. So stand by for that, okay? But right now, Steve, I know, and by the way, we will get to questions in a moment as well, guys. So we are working on that. But first, let's give away some cash, just for good measure. So Steve, I know that you've been, I think you were gonna randomly select some people there.
Yep. Okay, so we got 4 people. Sorry, just bear with me here. This is my okay. All right, I've got them in the chat box and sent.
Okay. In the chat box, guys, you'll be able to see if you are one of the lucky winners. And like I say, we do have some more cash to give away a little bit later. Congratulations to the people who have won our first giveaways of cash there. Good stuff. Okay, cool. So I thought we could take some questions now. Actually, before we do that, let me talk about a couple of other really important things. So what I want to talk about now is the other potential costs. Now, you only have a domain name, which is $10 essentially, and that's it. That's the only other cost that you will need to spend, okay? There are other things that might be optional, but this is $10 is something that you will need to spend, and that's to buy a domain name, and that's all there is. There's no hosting, there's no Shopify. You don't have to pay for our special software. You've got 12 months of free access to that, which is plenty of time to build up a very profitable business. You don't have to buy physical products, and again, there are no upsells or no other costs at all. You pay the money to get into this, and you are in, okay? Now, what about the traffic? We recommend free traffic to start with. If you want to use paid traffic, you can do that in due course, but we would recommend that you use the free traffic to get you going to the point where you're making money, and then you can decide if you want to reinvest that or not. Now, I mentioned a moment ago PayPal Credit. This is something which I believe is available to people in the United States, and I think it's also available in the UK now. And please verify this for yourself, but as I understand it, you get 6 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. So this is another financing option. The way that this would work is you go to the link that you can see on the screen there, open that up, and you choose PayPal when you're at your checkout, and it'll ask you if you want to use PayPal Credit, and you can just say yes, and that's it. You don't have to pay a dime for 6 months. So that's something that may be useful for people in the USA, and I believe it's the UK as well. And other people have also asked, is there any other kind of financing available? Now, you've seen that we've got the one-time plan, we've got the split pay plan, and we've just shared PayPal Credit for folks in the USA and the UK. But the other option that some people use is just a simple credit card. So when you buy something with a credit card, you have a minimum payment after 30 days, and it's not the full amount. So, for example, maybe the minimum payment with a credit card is $30 or something like that, meaning that Visa or MasterCard or whoever you use is actually financing it for you. And then 30 days from now, you just have to cover the minimum payment, which is normally quite small compared to the overall payment. So, and look, I don't know your financial situation. I can't give you specific financial advice about this. I'm not going to tell you which option to take. I'm personally a cash guy, and if it were me, I'd take the one-time payment in full. If you can't afford that, though, I wanted to share these couple of other options. So, Steve, maybe now's a good time for us to take a few questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I've been typing furiously in the background here. Okay, so as we've been answering all these questions, we've been sort of collecting some of the, most common questions that I thought would be great to kind of answer all of us together. So is this really the last Kibo? Yes. We always do what we say. We've been doing this a really long time. We have a sterling reputation, almost 15 years now. And we don't make crazy claims or, untrue marketing type claims. Yeah, this is it. So, for that reason, along with about a million others that I hope we've been able to convey here, now is the time for you to get involved in this. Do I still need Shopify? No, you do not. All of our software replaces Shopify or any other shopping cart. This was something I actually copied directly from the question box, because I felt like this might be something that a lot of people are potentially struggling with. My main concern and reservation: I am Facebook illiterate, no account, complete newbie. Is a new Facebook account a hurdle? Will that delay sales due to the age of account or all that kind of stuff? No, this is not, when we use the Facebook Marketplace, this is not a Facebook ads account where you're doing paid advertising, which does have some hurdles associated with it. But in order to use Facebook Marketplace, there's just no hurdles. There's no problems. And even if your Facebook ad account was shut down for some reason, it's still not a problem. So don't worry. Similar sort of question. I've never done eBay. Can new people get access to wholesalers? Yes, absolutely. Not going to be a problem. eBay is set up so that there isn't any kind of barriers to getting started. The minute you get in there, you're going to have access to tons of really high quality wholesalers, tons of products, and all of them, by the way, drop ship, because that is the whole model of eBay. So you don't have to worry about that. And you have complete transparency into the performance, the quality of these wholesalers, the pricing, historical pricing, stock levels, on and on and on. So it's fantastic. Is this okay for beginners? Yes, 1,000 times yes. I can't stress enough. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. But probably the biggest is that it gets rid of all those roadblocks, that I talked about. That these are the areas where beginners, well, not just beginners, but experienced people tend to get kind of hung up, right? So we've gotten rid of all of those. And then there's the risk part. There isn't any. Using free traffic and using a dropship model, there is absolutely no risk. Show me some other business opportunity that can say that. It just doesn't exist, And then I think finally the last reason is because it's so fast. We know that the single best way that I can get beginners to stick with the plan and build a big business is to make them sales fast. That is the single biggest way. And so our whole model is, in our training, and the whole program is designed around, we want to make sales fast. Okay. Lots of questions about our support team, our support people. Are they actually, do they know what they're talking about? Kind of, do they, walk the walk and talk the talk? And yeah, we are super lucky. We have this group of people who are, I think pretty much everybody is a previous student of ours. And they all share this passion of, wanting to give back, wanting to help other people. And so once a year, we bring this team together. And these are people that for the rest of the year, are running their own businesses. And so, yeah, they absolutely know what they're talking about. This is not some generic, customer service team that can only answer questions about passwords. These guys know what they're talking about. How much time is necessary to work the system? Really difficult to answer, just because everybody's so different. But I think on average, we're probably looking at people spending somewhere between 5 and 10 hours a week to build their business. How soon before we can actually make money? Yeah, as I was saying before, when I was talking about why this is good for beginners, we want to move fast. This is super, super fast. Once you get everything set up, and using Facebook Marketplace as an example, there's no reason why you're not making a sale in a matter of hours. I mean, it's that kind of speed. So We will be focused on making money very, very fast. Can I really do this from outside the US? Yes, absolutely. There are no barriers to entry. You know, you can do this from anywhere in the world. Lots of people asking, you know, can I do this with you know, kind of my partner, my significant other, my son, all sorts of variations on that question. And yes, we love when people partner up, because I think, you know, just another pair of eyes and, you know, a sounding board is great. You know, we all started out by ourselves, but eventually, you know, we partnered up so that we had that support. And so you can absolutely do that. And it, you know, if you want to partner up with your husband or your partner or your son or whatever, you don't need more than one membership. So it's really perfect for that. Do we need any tech skills or anything like that? No. You're good to go without any previous experience or knowledge about, you know, programming or how to, you know, build interfaces or anything like that. All of our software really insulates you from that. And so it's really, you know, very, very much push button kind of stuff, and you don't need to worry about that. Same
Steve,
for,
I have just been updating people in the chat box, our chat box, with the link, but you can see the link on the screen there. A couple of people said that they opened it up and it wasn't working. It's working on my end, and we've had people go through it. So if you haven't got that working, if you haven't actually tested it, just open it up for yourself and make sure that works. The other thing I'll say is we have, just while Steve's been answering questions, we have helped 2 or 3 people get in who ran into issues. They ran in like their card wasn't accepted, and we were able to help them out personally, because we are here with you live right now. So if you are thinking about this and you think that you want to get in, I would urge you to try and do it right now in case you run into any of those issues, because if you do run into an issue right now, then we can help you. But if you try to get in and the workshop is finished, then obviously we're not going to be able to help you. So there's that. Also, we do have a very small number of those first 50 bonuses left there. I don't know what the number is, 4 or 5 of them left. So there is a small window for some more people to jump in and get those, and I'll update you on where we're at with those later, okay? A bunch of people have just jumped in. Piyush, Nikhil, David, Vanessa, Janet, Ariana, Tim, and Rob. Congratulations, guys. And if I did miss out your name, don't freak out. There is a lot of activity in the question box. We can see it. And by the way, the reason we ask you to do that is because we download the question box later and we make sure that we manually upgrade you to the bonuses that you've qualified for. That's why we keep on telling you to do it. Jamie and Kim, I can see you guys are in process. Please let us know once you actually do jump in. If you do jump in now, even if there's 4 or 5 of you at the same time that jump in, we will be able to make sure that you get those bonuses, okay? And remember, just while one last thing, and then we can take 2 or 3 more questions. You don't have any risk here, guys. You could refund in 29 seconds after if you wanted to for some unknown reason, or you've got up to 30 days. And I'll paste the link in there again, so you can see the link in there, guys. Okay, so Steve, maybe a couple more questions, and then I can recap a few things. And please don't wait, guys, until the end of the workshop. Yeah. Now is the time to jump in, because it might take you a minute or so. And if you do have any issues, like I say, we're here to help. So don't wait until the very end here. We're just going to be recapping things. I do have a couple more cool things to show you as well, but no need to wait. You can jump. You can go ahead.
So I just got one other question that kind of is like, I don't know. I get 2 of these that are kind of like this. Concerned that the cost of the subscription after the 1 year is not determined. It's an important deciding factor. So maybe I get too flippant in my old age, but I would argue that it's not an important deciding factor for a couple reasons. First of all, number one, what Aiden talked about is the retail price, okay? And our students never pay retail. So that's number one. So you don't have to worry about that. It's, and number two, it's 0 risk. No one is saying that you're paying that now, right? It's 12 months away. And if you work this system, you're going to have a very successful business that, one of the very teeny tiny costs is going to be software ongoing, right? It's not a big deal. And you know what? If it's not, then you don't have to pay it. So there's zero risk, right? The other thing is that the training, all of the training is yours forever. Okay, at least for as long as the internet lasts, so long time, hopefully. So I would argue that anybody who is sitting here thinking about a subscription cost that potentially comes 12 months from now, you're just looking for reasons not to do things. And we've run into people like that, for sure. And so I would just encourage you not to do that. A similar one I get all the time is, what about returns? Well, I'll tell you that, first of all, returns are a tiny, tiny percentage, usually less than 1%. So it's not an issue, right? And then the suppliers will take returns directly from consumers. So it's not a big deal. But I can remember, I'll just give you a quick story. Well, I can remember the first e-commerce course I ever did. I was shocked when somebody said, so you mean we have to actually talk to customers if they call? And which, by the way, in this model, you don't, because they're, pretty much all electronic. But back then we were suggesting that you had an 800 number and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, is that we're building a real business here. This is not like, Jack and the Beanstalk's magic beans that you're going to bury in the backyard and hope to have a treasure the next morning. It ain't like that. Yeah, we're building a real business. Sorry, anyway. I'm cranky in my old age, I think. Everybody tells me. So I'm just looking at my list here. We talked about tech skills. People also ask about designing websites and being a copywriter. You don't need any of that. That's definitely an area where people tend to fall down a little bit. I know I can't, God knows I can't design websites. So all that's done for you. And there is no copywriting. You don't even have to write any ads either. So, which is another area where people kind of, get hung up on. I've had a bunch of people say, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, maybe we'll come back. I know you got a bunch more questions there, Steve, but maybe we can come back.
You're anxious to take the mic away from me because I got cranky. I know.
Stop getting cranky, Steve. People don't like it when Steve gets cranky. Anyway. We do have a bit more to cover, and I want to share a few more things with you that you haven't seen so far, recap on a few things. People ask me to recap things. So I'll go ahead and do that right now, and we will take some more questions. So if we haven't got to your question yet, don't worry. One thing that I would ask of you to do, though, if you haven't decided, if there's something that you need to know that you don't know, we would say that you're on the fence in that situation. So if you're on the fence, type fence in capital letters, F-E-N-C-E, fence in capital letters, and straight after you type the word fence, explain why you're on the fence. What is it that is stopping you from getting in right now? Is there something that you need to know? Is there something we can help you with? Have you got an unanswered question? Are you confused about something? Just let us know why you're on the fence, because I would hate for this workshop to finish and you not be able to make a decision because we didn't get to your question. So we are going to prioritize making sure that we really answer questions for people that are on the fence, and the guys behind the scenes here will be able to help you out while I continue presenting a few more slides. Now, something that I want you to think about is, what is it that you really want in life? When life gets busy, it gets hard to think about how your life could be better. Some things are obvious. For example, more money to do whatever you want. But beyond that, and even including that, most people don't think much about this. It's tough for us to do this. In fact, it's so hard that I actually schedule time into my calendar every month just to sit down and think a little bit bigger and dream a little bit bigger and think beyond my current reality and let my mind and my imagination run wild. So what is it that you want in your life? Could a business that provides you with passive income every day, maybe $100 per day, maybe $1,000 per day, maybe just enough to pay the rent, whatever that is, or the mortgage, would that kind of a business that gives you passive income and runs on complete autopilot, would that open up a whole new realm of possibilities for you? Because in my mind, that's what's at stake here. And this is a way that you can move forward. Now, we would love for you to join us here today. You may not have ever worked with us in the past, but that's absolutely fine. You're going to find out soon enough that we are on your side. We're the good guys. We've got a lot of experience here, and we can help you. But you need to take that first move. You can see the link on the screen there. Believe me when I say that this is worth every penny. I mean, this is an amazing program. It's changed lives, and it could change your life as well. You've seen the information. You've heard a lot of the stories. I'm sure you've got more questions, or maybe you don't even know quite what that question is. You just feel like you need to know more. Well, the place you can find out more is on the inside. So go to that link that you can see on the screen there and jump in right now so that we can help you. And just remember that if you want different results to what you've got in the past, then just don't keep on doing the same things. You've got to advance, you've got to move forward, you've got to adapt, you've got to get better. And this is a way that you can do it. What we're sharing with you here today is not just cutting edge technology, it's also training, education at the forefront of e-commerce, unlike anything anyone else is doing. And you can reap the rewards of that, but you need to get in right now. And we've seen so many people come into the Kibo model over the past 2 years and done amazingly well. We've shared some of the results of some of our best students, which again are not typical, but these kind of results require that no excuses attitude. In fact, these ones here, you've actually already seen them. Let me, I pulled up while Steve was talking there. Let me find it again here. Our community. So what I want to show you in here, this is inside our community, and we've got this tradition where we say to people, hey, you know, when you see your first sale, when you get your breakthrough, when you get another badge, come and let us know. And we've got literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in our community coming in and telling us about it. I mean, we've got page after page after page of this stuff. Now scroll down, we'll see some here. Small win, $3,000 net revenue week. My first 2 sales, small win, 100 wins, across $10,000 in sales there. Let's jump forward a couple of pages, see what else we can find. Let's see, $2,112 in sales, 3 weeks of consistent sales. First 2 sales within a week, look at that. Broke $1,000 in gross sales today. It goes on and on, just cracked $5,000 in sales. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. We're inside the community. I have never ever in all the years that I've been doing online marketing seen this kind of success. 10 new orders overnight. Imagine how that person felt. How would you feel waking up in the morning to see that you've got more money sitting inside your dashboard? It's amazing. It's amazing. But this is what's at stake here. And again, it goes on and on. I made my first sale. It's exciting. Woohoo! 7 days of straight orders, and the list goes on and on and on. And guess what? This is just one of our communities. This is the one, and here's another one. This is from 2020. This one here is from 2021. We're going to have another community for 2022, and you'll be able to participate in that. Got over 7,500 sales in one day. In one day, $1,200, 15% return, 15,000% return. It goes on and on. It goes on and on and on. $500 net profits, my best products so far. You can't make this stuff up. 3,600 in sales in the past month. First $1,000 in sales. And we've got people all over the world here. This is what you could do. It's just amazing. I mean, I think this paints a picture. We've got page after page after page after page, hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of people who are crushing it with this. And I've said a few times, this is a mature system. This is something that absolutely works, but it only works if you're on the inside. That's where you're going to get the education. That's where you're going to get the software. That's where you're going to get the hand-holding support from us. And look, if we have to drag you kicking and screaming to the finish line, then we will do it. We just want you to be in, and we want to be part of your journey. Okay, here you're seeing people who are requesting different badges from us when they pass, $30,000, $50,000 sales mark, so on and so forth. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And it's your turn. Now is your turn. There's never been a better time to get into this. Whatever challenges you've had in the past, and I saw some people saying, I've tried this in the past and failed, or tried something similar like this. Guys, it's not too late. Okay, you need to get in. Give yourself a break. I struggled for 2 years before the magic happens. Before the magic happened in my business, and then it happened. You will succeed online as long as you don't give up. One of my good friends and early mentors used to say, the only people that fail are the people that give up before the magic happens. And I really believe that. So regardless of what your background is and what you've done or haven't done in the past, this can work for you. Give yourself a chance and jump in. You can get started with 3 simple steps. Step 1 is to activate your profitable products. I've shown you inside of Oracle how you can identify winning products. Okay, this is a tool unlike anything that exists on the web, period. And you can suck in any of the millions of different products that are on Oracle into your store at the push of a button. It's revolutionary and it changes the way we do e-commerce. Step 2 is to generate free targeted traffic. You don't have to spend money up front. You can list your 10 products on the Facebook Marketplace. We've also got other free traffic marketplaces as well. You can target the whole of the United States. And by the way, it's not just about the United States. If you specifically want to sell in another marketplace, you can do that. I was speaking to one of our members who lives in Sydney, Australia, and he's making an absolute killing selling in Australia. I was also speaking to someone who's in Birmingham in the UK, and he's making a killing selling in the UK. So it's not just about the United States. However, that's where we recommend people start out selling. Okay, and part of step 2, generating those free traffic and sales, we recommend that you do it that way. We find it's the path of least resistance, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You could be anywhere. It doesn't matter. You're not going to have big hurdles and things like that if you're not in the United States. It's just a non-issue. You start getting sales coming in, and then you'll start ramping up your traffic and your profits by using other social selling channels and other strategies like TikTok and Pinterest, and then you're going to multiply into different marketplaces. And this is where you can go from $1,000 a day to the sky's the limit, $50,000 a day. You see how we did $35,000 a day just on Walmart. Just on Walmart. We've done even bigger days than that on Google and Microsoft. So you're multiplying into these different marketplaces. It's a game changer. No one's got training on these marketplaces in the way that we are doing it. This is your chance to stay ahead of the curve and get in on the ground floor of something that is gigantic in Walmart. Guys, don't wait any longer to jump in. We will be wrapping up this workshop in the next few minutes, okay? And I want to make sure that you're in before we do that. I can see, and let me know in the question box if you've jumped in already. Let me know what it was. What was it that made you decide to jump in? I would just love to read that. And what is your objective here? Why? What is it? What's your burning reason why? And if I have time, I'll read some of those out. But thank you to everyone who has gone ahead and jumped in. Now, after you've been through those 3 steps, it's all about scaling, and that's one of the focus points of Kibo Eclipse. Milestone number 1 is to get you to $1,000 in profit per week. We can get you there. That's that's a pretty low barrier to get to in our experience. Then $5,000 per week in profit, and then scale up $10,000 per week in profit, scale up from there. So you can see the link on the screen. That's where you need to go to. We are going to focus on this objective. This is our battle cry: speed, profit, and scale. You've got 8 components that are designed to make sure you get there. Okay, these are going to maximize your chances of success. Everything that we've brought into Kibo Eclipse has been focused on helping you get results faster and easier. It's about speed and ease, and you can see there it's also about scaling. Okay, so let me work through these components, and guys, this will be the last time that I work through these. Okay, so if you are on the fence, if you're unsure about this, then please pay attention for the next couple of minutes as I walk through the components. These are really, really important. So component number 1 is what we call the incubator, and it's brand new start to finish training, where you will walk through, you'll sort of walk alongside us, I should say, using our watch and copy systems training. This is a radical new approach that we're doing, that we've been testing out with a small group, and the results of this have been amazing. You're going to be able to see what we're doing and do it in parallel to us and get help every step of the way from us. Now, this is the blueprint. This is the recipe. This is what we've been working towards for 13 years. And believe me when I say that just this component is worth the price of admission. 100 step-by-step videos, strategy manuals, process maps, extensive resources, live sessions, and more. Did you know that every single video and training call that we do, we get a summary PDF and a transcription in the members area for you as well? And you've got lifetime access to this members area. This is something that you can also move forward with at your own pace. So don't feel daunted. If you've only got 1 hour a week, then yeah, it might take you a little bit longer, but you can move forward with 1 hour per week. Ideally, you'd have, handful, 5-6 hours per week to be able to do this, but you could get started for even less if that was all you could muster together. Now, you're getting live office hours sessions. These are something that have been incredibly popular, but we've never done them to the level that we're doing them in Kibo Eclipse. So 3 times per week. This is 3 touch points with us, with Steve, with me, with Sean, with some of our other coaches, where we will get into the trenches. We'll show you, we'll do screen shares with you, we'll show you what we're doing on any given day. Maybe one day we'll jump on and we'll just find products for half an hour. Maybe the next day we'll go and have a look, and we'll put one of your products under the hot seat and we'll figure out what you could do to ramp up profits on it. Lots of that kind of a thing happens in these office hour sessions. They're all recorded, they're all in the members area, and you can go through them whenever you want to. Really valuable. Kibo HQ, I mean, this alone is also worth the price of admission. It is absolutely groundbreaking technology. There's nothing quite like it, okay? It's, you might think about your store, and you can build a store with something like Shopify, but a store is only one piece of the puzzle. A store is useless if you don't know how to monetize it. A store on its own without any of the marketing bells and whistles and the ability to drive traffic is useless. It doesn't have any value at all. But with Kibo HQ, you get the whole puzzle. You get all of the pieces of the puzzle, and we show you how to join them up. In fact, we join them up for you in an automated, seamless fashion. I mean, that's what this is all about. So you're getting access to this amazing HQ that I demoed for you earlier, which allows you to manage all of your products and your inventory from one central location and start making sales through the likes of Walmart, Facebook, Google, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, and many other marketplaces as well. This is unprecedented. There's never been anything before quite like the HQ that we've built. And Oracle is built into that HQ. This is a game changer. It allows you to find winning products. This has been a stumbling block. In fact, if there's one thing that's been a stumbling block for some people in the world of e-commerce that I've seen over the years, it's finding profitable products. We believe that we have absolutely obliterated that challenge in 2022 with Oracle. It's brand new, amazing software, and it's going to be a game changer for everyone that uses it. It allows you to analyze thousands of products in seconds and gives you access to millions of products. Again, not only is this going to save you a lot of time, it's actually going to allow you to make more money, because this is a numbers game. And one of the things that you're going to be able to do is quickly publish lots of products into different places using this tool in 2022, unlike what anyone else has ever been able to do before. Okay, guys, I'm going to ask you again right now, if you're ready to jump in right now. Okay, I've only been through 4 of the components, but each one of these is worth the price of admission. Now, the 5th one is the Kibo converters. And by the way, when you're jumping in, you can still listen to me talking here, and once you've jumped in, you can still come back over and watch the rest of this. We do have some more cash to give away. We do have a gift for everyone as well at the end of the workshop. Okay. Component number 5 are the Kibo converters. Now, this is amazing new software. It's got an AI component to it that allows you to automate and streamline a lot of your sales. And this is a tool that will work with social channels. You can see here on a Facebook page, and allow you to sort of be making orders in your sleep without lifting a finger, because it's AI technology that enables this automated communication. And no one would even know that it's a robot. No one would even know that it's AI technology that's running this, because it feels just like a real human. It's amazing. You'll see what that's all about once you're on the inside. Kibo Socializer, social selling is one of the names of the game in 2022, and we're going to be guiding you through, the minefield and making sure that you, leverage it in the best way possible. We've even got some software, which again, haven't had a chance to show you here, but it's pretty impressive when it comes to helping you find the right social channels and specifically social, places to sell in. We've got the accelerators. These are done for you funnels, done for you fill in the blank email sequences, done for you high converting landing pages. We've got it all. Again, this is included as something that's going to help you accelerate sales. And then we've got the VIP training and support every step of the way. We are committed to helping you. We are invested in your success. This is the last Kibo that we're ever going to do. But by getting in now, you will get lifetime access to all of this. And oh, by the way, that includes support. Okay, so this is where we can help you 24/7, 7 days a week. Our team of coaches are amazing, and I can promise you that you're going to be blown away. We're going to over deliver on the support component. This is priceless. I can't really put a price on this, but it's an invaluable piece of the puzzle here. And you're also getting access to our virtual live event. We would never sell something like this for less than $2,000, $1,000 per day. You're getting free access, and you're getting exclusive access. No one else can even get into this. It's only for Eclipse members, okay? Kibo achievements as well. This is a way that we gamify it, add extra accountability, and have some more fun with it. And we've got the 30-day challenge. Again, this is designed to help you hit the ground running and make sales right out of the gate. Okay, so a lot to like there. And you can secure full access by jumping in right now. Okay, and I do still want you to let me know where you're at in the question box. And I can see people that just said that they're in process. I saw Claire, Michelle, Jim, Neil, William, and Hannah just told me that they're in process. Someone said, well, what about the bonuses? Guys, we have gone past the bonus limit, but if you get in right now, I mean, we're about to shut this thing down, this workshop. If you get in right now, I'll make sure that you get those bonuses, but you have to let me know once you're in, and just so that we've got a record of that. Steve, a couple more questions that you could take there for a moment that you've seen popping up there.
Yeah, I got one really important one because I think we sort of glossed over this. Somebody wrote fence. I'm on the fence. I don't understand the concept of selling a product that I don't buy, see, or ship, etc. I don't understand the term drop ship, free traffic, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so here's the best way to describe it, I think. Let's say you're going to source your product from eBay. You go there, you determine that the product is in stock, and you see what you can buy it for. So you know that when you buy a product in eBay, you can have it shipped to anyone. So that's the drop ship part. So you don't buy the product, but you know it's there. You know how much it takes to buy the product, and you through our software put it into your shopping cart, push another button, and all of a sudden it's being sold on a marketplace. Let's say Facebook Marketplace. You haven't bought the product. Now when someone comes along and says, I want it, I'm going to buy it, and they click your link, they pay you through our software, you now have the money, and you've priced it at higher than what it costs for you to go buy it, right? So then once you know you have an order from Joe in Alabama, then you simply go, you have that money already. You have, let's say you have $35 from Joe. You then go to eBay and you buy the product for $20 and tell them to ship it to Joe, and you pocket the difference of $15. So that's how that all works, and that's how you can sell a product without having to buy it. And it's very common. You know, those of you in the US, Wayfair, Wayfair.com, they used to be 100% dropship. I don't know if they still are, but they built a hundreds of millions of dollars a year business just on dropshipping all alone. So much stuff is dropship nowadays because it's just super efficient. So let's see. Yeah.
Sorry, I've got something that I really want to show people here. So just while you were doing that, I opened up our store, and I want to just show this again now. We had a look around in this earlier. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm 99.9% certain that this was $15,255 earlier, so around about an hour ago, I would say, and it's now $15,350. So this is an example of what happens when you get sales just coming in all throughout the day. Any time of the day, you'll just get people making purchases, and it's really addictive, which is why when people was talking, I came over here and hit the refresh button. But isn't that cool? And I mean, this is what can happen. This is what can happen when you get things up and running. Now, again, guys, you can see the link at the bottom of the screen there where you need to go to be able to get into this. Go to that link, and when you go to that link, it's going to open up a page like this. I've showed you this before, but I just want you to know that this is simple, and you could literally be in a matter of a few moments here. There's nothing to see on this page. I mean, it's just an overview that you get the money back guarantee, you get immediate access. The doors are only open for a short period of time. We will shut this down when we hit capacity, and we do start on Friday. So, whichever comes first, we are going to be shutting this down. You got the two different links there. If you can't afford the one-time payment, that's fine. Take the split pay, and again, you just click the button, put your information in, credit card, PayPal, if you did want to try for that PayPal credit that they offer to some people, I think mainly in the USA and the UK, you can go to PayPal, put your information in, click Pay Now, and you will be on the inside. And you would have secured access, not just today, but for life. Okay, so I think that's pretty exciting. I've got a few more things to recap. Was there any, Steve, just a question for you, were there any other questions that we really needed to get to right now, or should I push on with recapping a few things?
I'll just add one quick one that I've heard a bunch of times. It doesn't matter if I have a Mac or a PC. Nope, doesn't matter. You can use Mac, PC, iPad, Chromebook, doesn't matter. So I had that a few times.
Yep, cool. All right, guys, so I'm going to recap things one last time here, and less of a recap and more just of sharing a few bits and pieces that I think are important. And at the top of my list is that you need to make a fully informed decision. I'm not even asking you for a yes or a no today. I'm asking you to make a fully informed decision. And the way that you can do that is by getting on the inside, not by staying on the outside. You need to be on the inside to see if everything that we've said on this webinar is as valuable as we've said it is. And if it is, then you keep it. And if it's not for you, then no hard feelings, you know, because whether it's 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, if you change your mind, you don't even need a reason. If life, you know, you don't even need a reason. Just contact us at our support desk and you will get an immediate full refund. No hard feelings, no questions asked. In fact, I'll say, you know, at least you gave it a try. You've got nothing to lose, but you need to put yourself in a position to win. You need to give yourself a chance. The only way to do that is by getting in right now. And when you do get in right now, you're getting all of those webinar bonuses. And I mentioned that you'll also get the Fast 50 bonus as well, okay, because we are just about to shut this down. So don't delay any longer. Go to that link that you can see on the screen. You could be on the inside in the next 30 seconds or so. Take out your credit card if you need to do that. Copy the information in. Go use PayPal if you have to do that. Just do whatever it takes. Now, I also saw some people say, oh, you know, I have to talk to my husband or wife about this. And I completely get that, okay? Now, the good news for you is that you can actually, if you want to, you could invest in this and you could talk to them about it later. And if they say, you know, you shouldn't have done that, I don't want you to do that, that's fine. We'll give you your money back. So you're not committing to this. You know, you've got 30 days before you ultimately need to commit, and that's going to be plenty of time for you to actually show that you can make a lot of money from this. Now, it's a big investment. I get it. It may well be the biggest you've considered making in a long time, but let's look at the facts. Access to this costs one payment of $3,497 or 4 payments of $997. And for a lot of people, the knee-jerk reaction is to think you can't afford it. Now, only you know your own financial situation, and I would never recommend you do anything that puts you in an awkward financial situation. But, you know, I'm also not qualified to give financial advice, but what I will say is that in my experience, my biggest wins in life have always come when I've gone outside my comfort zone. This is a common theme with the most successful people that I know. The magic happens when you go outside your comfort zone, because that's where you grow. I think the real question is, how badly do you want this? If you want it badly enough, if you can see the power in what we're talking about here, then you'll see the investment in a new perspective and you'll find a way to get in. You'll find a way. So the real question is, are you willing to do what it takes to jump in? Are you willing to bend over backwards? Are you willing to be resourceful? Are you willing to do what it takes? And then, are you willing to follow our simple recipe? Take the steps that we show you how to take and build a life-changing business. If you want this, don't wait a second longer. Go to that link that you can see on the screen. Don't wait for me to stop talking here. Don't wait for the very end. Go ahead and do it right now so that you can secure your spot. We can make sure that you get in without any of the issues. We've already helped, must be 5 or 6 people who have been tripped up on checkout, and I would hate for you to get tripped up and us not be there to help you. And let's not forget, you are backed up with a 100% 30-day, no questions asked refund guarantee. You can change your mind at any time inside the first 30 days. And not only that, but we are so confident that you'll be able to succeed with this that we are giving you a double guarantee. So as long as you follow all the steps in the training, we know that you'll be making sales well inside of 60 days. And if you're not only will we return your investment, we will double it. We have helped so many people succeed with this, and we can help you too, but only if you're on the inside with us. As long as you follow our proven system, you've only got upside here. We're protecting you not just 100% with the 30-day refund period, but 200% with the double your money back guarantee as well. Now, as the old saying goes, do nothing and nothing will change. Everything stays the same. In fact, things don't just stay the same, they get worse, because the longer that you do nothing, the longer that you're out of the game, the worse off you tend to be. So sign up now, put yourself in a position to succeed, and that is all you need to do right now. That's all you need to do right now. That's the first step. Only worry about the thing that's right in front of you. Let us guide you step by step by step. That first step is to go to the link that you can see on the screen and sign up. Do that right away, get on the inside, and we'll start working with you. Now, for those of you who haven't signed up yet and who, from a financial point of view, feel comfortable knowing that you can make this investment without any risk whatsoever, the next most common question that we get is about time. And this is actually a better question, in my opinion, because money can be replenished, but a minute gone is gone forever. So you need to be careful about what you invest your time in. And when it comes to time, people are pretty similar. You know, we all make time for the things that are most important to us. In fact, you are here right now. You've been with us right now for, what is it, 2 hours, 15 minutes approximately. So I know you've got some time, but anyway, the point is, do you have enough time? The business is going to take you somewhere between, ideally 5 to 10 hours per week to get up and get going. And the question is less about if you have time and more about, are you willing to prioritize? Are you willing to make this a priority? And if you've struggled to prioritize in the past, doesn't matter. This is a new opportunity to prioritize something that can help you get ahead. And you can start a lifestyle business with as little as 5 hours per week here. 5 hours. If you can scrape together 5 hours to build this business, then you can do this. And if you can't scrape together 5 hours, then it's probably not for you. By now, in this workshop, you know, we've been going for 2 hours, 15 minutes. You probably know if this is right for you or not. You probably either resonate with what Steve and I are talking about, and you probably either trust us or you don't. And if you don't, then that's fine, but we can't really help you. You need to take that leap of faith and jump in if you want to do this. And from a time perspective, if you want to prioritize this, if you need to make more time, then get up 20 minutes earlier, go to bed 20 minutes later. I mean, if you knew that you could do that for 1 month, 4 weeks, do that for 4 weeks. If you knew that was going to change your life forever, would you do it? I hope you would, because that's all you need to do to get started here. But the very first step, before you can see any of this magic happen for yourself, you need to get on the inside. And the only way to do that is to use that link. And don't let a lack of time or something like that be an excuse, because the way that you get ahead is by taking action. And one thing I've found in life is that the people who get ahead are actually the people that are the most resourceful, not necessarily the people who have the resources. Now, the reality is that the best way to change a situation, any situation, is just to buck up and find a way to make whatever needs to be done happen. And sometimes being resourceful means going outside your comfort zone a little bit, but I'd rather do that than live with discomfort permanently. And while money can help you get started, it's not absolutely essential. Being resourceful is far more important. When I started building my online business, I was up to my eyeballs in student loan debt. I had mortgage debt as well. Personally, I used that as a motivator to push me forward. I turned it into a psychological secret weapon, and I used it to push me forward to get results. And for me personally, nothing makes me get moving more than a little external pressure. Maybe this is something that you can use as a catalyst in your own life and your own business. So if you've got the resources at your disposal, then I'm sure that you'll jump into this opportunity using the link that you can see on the page right now. But if resources are tight, then it's time to start getting resourceful. Kibo Eclipse is the biggest opportunity in the world of e-commerce that has come along in a decade. And we're asking you for an investment of $3,497 or 4 payments of $997 for access to something that could change your life forever. This isn't unreasonable. In fact, it's beyond reasonable, because we're giving you a 30-day no questions asked guarantee and a double your money back guarantee as well for 60 days. the truth is that the more resourceful you need to be to get into this, the more resourceful you're going to be, and the better, the bigger success you're going to make of this opportunity. You can see the link on the page there, guys. We would love to have you with us, but you need to get in right now. Find a way to get in. And, please don't fall into the when-then trap. Most people like to think in a when-then way. It's just how most people are wired, which is also why, not coincidentally, not coincidentally, why most people end up broke at the age of retirement. This when-then approach to life is disastrous. It's like people say to me, hey, Aiden, when I've got some more time, I'm going to start my business. But it's a flawed way of thinking. Life doesn't work like that. That's all backwards. Life doesn't just drop your dreams into your lap. You need to work a little bit for them. And it starts with taking action. It always starts with taking action. And right now, if you'd like to take the next step, then that means making the investment using the link that you can see on the screen. And don't just wait. The first step in success is taking action. It's the action that creates the results, not the waiting for everything in your life to be perfect. And you know what limits most people? It's not time, it's opportunity. And most of the 8 billion people on the planet are never going to see this opportunity, but you are here right now seeing it. And I know for some of you, you're going to jump into this and you're going to look back at this as a moment in time where your life changed because you started building an amazing e-commerce business using our amazing method. Now is the perfect time to do this. The opportunity is here. And if you can squeeze just 5 hours, per week into this, you'll be able to get going and build a real life-changing business. But the opportunity is limited. And I mentioned earlier, you're getting lifetime access to this. But I also mentioned that this is the last time that we are ever doing this. We will not open this up to the public again in 2023, for example. You need to take action. Now, something else I want to leave you with here today is just a consideration. What is money actually good for? The thing about money, what people worry about is not the price tag. It's about what they get in exchange for the money they pay. The value of money is determined by what you can exchange it for. So your hope, and correct me if I'm wrong, but your hope when you purchase something is that whatever you get in exchange is better than keeping your money and spending it on something else. And we all need to exchange money almost on a daily basis to improve our lives. We do it when we, exchange money for food or electricity or resources, when we buy stuff that we need. We exchange money for education, and that's part of what you're doing here today. It's education that can help you get ahead. And how can you feel more comfortable than exchanging your money for the Kibo code, for Kibo Eclipse, than for anything else? Because after all, you are exchanging money to access training and tools that are designed to help you make more money. What would you need to know for certain right now to feel confident about making this exchange? Let me know in the question box. I'm genuinely asking you this question. What would you need to know to feel certain about this? If you're on the fence, let us know why you are on the fence. We're busy. Steve is busy in the question box. We've got a couple of our other team here as well, and we will help you. And just while you're doing that, remember, you are not only 100% backed up here with our 30-day refund guarantee, you are 200% backed up by our double your money back guarantee. So we are so confident that you'll succeed with this, that we've removed all the risk and we've deliberately put you in a no-lose situation so that you can invest in confidence knowing that what you have only has upside. So let me know, are you gonna jump in? I can see Kip is saying is in process. Alejo is saying is in process. Irene is in process. Janet is in process. A bunch of other people are telling me they have just jumped in. Guys, we are minutes away from shutting this workshop down, okay? And I want to make sure that you can get in before we do that. I've got a couple more people saying they're on the fence, okay? Some other people saying they're already in. That is awesome. Congratulations. Now, could you figure all this out on your own? I'm sure you could. I mean, I'm 100% certain that with enough trial and error, enough time and effort, you could get this working for you. You could build your own Kibo business, but you wouldn't have the tools. You wouldn't have the shortcuts. You wouldn't have the streamlined, seamless approach to doing this. And you know what? It might take you months to get going. It took me a couple of years to figure this stuff out. What we're talking about here is not having you spend months and months and months and months. We're talking about getting something up and seeing you having money coming in a matter of days, you know, or even hours from the moment that you get your products up. And I've seen plenty of people, and they've commented in the community, I'm not just making this stuff up, you'll see it for yourself, who have said, oh my God, my product has been live for 3 hours and I've already got a sale. Well, that's the magic that can happen. But that magic doesn't happen to everyone. It only happens to people who are action takers, you know. And I tell you what, you could be on the inside, getting ready, getting going this week, okay? And if you try to do it on your own, it's going to take you a long time, and you won't have any of the bells and whistles or the software that really make this easy. Because without the software and without all the tools and the education, guess what? It's not easy. That's why not many people are able to do this. You need the special training and you need the special software. That's what makes it streamlined and easy. Without that, doing it on your own, it would be very difficult. But we are making it easy, and we're making it as fast as humanly possible. Now, something else that I want to leave you with here today is the pricing paradox. Access to this opportunity is not cheap. You know, I get that. We understand that. But the best things in life are almost never cheap. They always require some effort. It's either financial effort or time effort or both. And cheap things, or the things that come too easily, are almost never very good, okay? Now, when deciding on creating a Kibo Eclipse, we were faced with a couple of choices. The first was we could just whip together, you know, maybe use a few bits and pieces that we've you know, already done in the past. But you're familiar with this kind of approach. It's a substandard approach, but you know, that would allow us to get something out there, you know, at a bare minimum cost. But that's not the approach we wanted to take. The second option we had was to not start by thinking about the price, but to focus on the value. If we wanted to put every advantage we could in your favor to make sure that your success was inevitable, to give you so much value that it would be impossible for anything other than life-changing success to turn up in your life, then what would that look like? Now, the problem with the second approach is that it immediately turns off most of the market who only care about the price tag. However, you can see what kind of advantage it gives us. It allows us to truly engineer a one-of-a-kind solution that you can't get from anywhere else or from anyone else, because we started with the question of what would it take for you to succeed in 2022? And we devoted all of our resources to finding the best possible answer in the most economical way. So this offer isn't for the hobbyist. It's not for the person who just has a slight desire to get ahead in life. It's not for someone who wants a mediocre life. This is for the serious individual who wants to give their life everything they've got. This is for the person that wants to get ahead, who wants real freedom. Freedom from a life of mediocrity. So yeah, today what we've got, it does cost a little bit more, but what we can give you in return is so much more. And in our eyes, that's what's most important. You can't compare this to anything you would have seen before. It's unlike anything we've even done before. What you're getting here is the opportunity of a decade in the world of e-commerce. We've never been this excited about anything that we've seen before, and you'll feel the same way the moment you start working through the program. This can change your life, but only if you take action. Use the link and get started right now. You can see the link on the screen. You can use that to get started. Or the other alternative is just to do nothing. I mean, you've really got two decisions. You could just do nothing. That's easy. That's the easy way out. Anyone can just do nothing. Anyone can not take the leap of faith. Anyone can decide not to invest in this and just to settle for what you've got. But is that really what you want? Your second choice is to make the investment and move forward with us. Just give it a shot. If it works out, you keep it. And if not, let us know within 30 days and we will give you every penny of your money back. And we've even got you covered completely with the double your money back guarantee. Invest in yourself. You know, make a real lifestyle change a priority. And I've only seen people better off as a result of doing that. You know, if you do nothing, you get nothing. Get started by going to the URL, the link that you can see on the screen there right now. That's the first step in making your dreams come true. And again, if you do nothing, then nothing is going to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You need to take action. You need to take the initiative here, and that's what you can do right now. Now, if you consider the facts for a moment, you'll realize that Steve and I, we're nothing special here. We just worked our butts off for several years using trial and error until we finally started getting results. The good thing about this is it's not about ability. It's about a process. And if we give you all of the ingredients and the recipe and the tools, you will be able to get a similar result to other people who use the same recipe and the same tools. If you share the same mindset, then you'll be able to do this. And we will help you every step of the way. We're going to help you breeze past the pitfalls. We're going to give you all of our intel so that you can streamline this to seeing results in days, not weeks or months. But you need to take action. We are very close to shutting this down now, guys. And I want to know, are you going to jump in? It's up to you to decide. Now, we do still have some cash to give away, and we do have a gift for everyone at the end of the workshop as well. So I appreciate that some of you are hanging out for that. I do want to do one more thing though, just before we wrap up here. So I'm gonna pull up a new screen here and just bear with me while I do this, guys. But I think you're gonna like what I'm gonna do. Okay, hang on, stand by. Just got so many different screens up here. It takes a little bit of time to get everything all in one place, but I will get there. So what I want to do right now is I want to help you make a decision. Okay, and the way that I'm going to do that is to sweeten the deal in a way that we've never done before. And I'm going to give you 7 minutes to make your decision. And at the end of those 7 minutes, one way or another, I want you to have made your decision so that you can leave this workshop and you wouldn't have wasted all that time. And if you decide that this is not right for you, I respect that, okay? But at least make a decision. And if you do make a decision, and if you do decide to jump in the next 7 minutes, then I'm going to sweeten the deal for you even more, okay? And I'm going to do that by giving you 3 extra bonuses just for having made that decision to jump in. So bonus number 1 is social media marketing in 2022, the game plan that we are using for all of our online businesses. This is not just about e-commerce. We've got other online businesses as well, and this is the social media marketing game plan that we use. We've got a full-time social media marketing manager, and she put this game plan together, and you need access to that for free, okay? The second thing that you're going to get is crypto and e-com. There is an exciting emerging overlap. And if you're interested in crypto, this might be something that you want to get on the bandwagon with. And if you're not interested, that's fine. We'll still give it to you. You don't have to do anything with it. But this is training that is going to talk about this exciting emerging overlap in the world of crypto and how you could potentially benefit from that as an early mover in 2022. I'm not going to get into the details right now, but it's a second bonus, enormously valuable. We've never ever offered that to anyone before, but you will get it as part of this, and I think you'll enjoy that. And the third special bonus, if you decide to jump in the next 7 minutes, is lightning copy. These are hacks to rapidly produce copywriting that converts. Obviously, this is a skill that's going to pay dividends in lots of different areas of your life. So I'm going to start the timer now. And I'm going to adjust my screen here a little bit. Okay, so I've got that timer going. And I'm going to work through some final thoughts here, and then I want you to commit to making a decision, okay? So what is it that's stopping you? If you're still here right now, if you're still on the fence, if you're still thinking about this, then maybe one of these 5 things here are stopping you. Now, money is a psychological barrier for most people. If you want in, you have to get past that. You need to find a way to get in. That's the bottom line. You need to be willing to do what it takes. How badly do you want to participate in the Kibo Code to change your life? If you want it badly enough, I'm convinced that you'll think outside the box. You'll find a way to get in. Now, the second thing that stops some people is time. I don't have enough time. Well, guess what? That's all about prioritizing. Are you willing to invest 5 hours per week to change your life? It's a tiny sacrifice. If this is important, you will do it. And this is a way that you can break the shackles and make 2022 your best year yet. But you need to invest with us right now. Don't wait any longer. Now, the third one there is ability. I touched on this a moment ago, and what I want to re-emphasize here is that this is not about any talent or skills you may have. And this is why we are confident that anyone can do this, because it's about the process. If you've got the ingredients and the recipe and the tools and you follow it perfectly, you will get some results. And remember, even if you doubt your own ability, we are here to help you. But you need to get in right now. Now, the fourth one there is confusion. And it's normal to be confused, especially when you're doing something you haven't done before. And more so when you're being torn in a dozen different directions. So my big tip for you here is that you need a quick win, and you can get that with Kibo Eclipse. When we show you how to make $20 with your first sale, and you do that day after day after day, you're going to know how to make $200 per day. And when you're making $200 per day, you're going to know how to make $2,000 per day. It is magical. You'll love what we're doing here, and you'll get past that confusion, but you can only get past it if you jump in. And the final one, and this is probably the biggest of all, is fear. It's normal to be afraid of going outside your comfort zone or being afraid of making a mistake, but guess what? You will make a mistake. And here's the solution. Know that you will make some mistakes, accept it, and move forward anyway. The big tip here that I can give you is to have a strong reason why. A strong reason that will pull you through the fear and help you reach your goals. Why are you on this webinar right now? Is it because you want to learn something new? You know, what's the real reason? What's the underlying reason? There's got to be a stronger reason in there. Maybe you're doing it because you want to help your family. Maybe you're doing it to improve your kids' lives or your parents, or maybe you're looking to have more freedom to enjoy life more with your loved ones. Find out what your why is and leverage it to your advantage. Get in with us here today. You deserve this, you know, regardless of what you may or may not have done in the past. Maybe you haven't succeeded with online business in the past. Well, that's no good reason just not to try again. Don't stop trying. Come into Kibo Eclipse, let us help you. If you're willing to work hard, then just do it. You're going to love the process. And don't be afraid of, of embarrassment or anything like that. If you're worried about what other people are going to think about what you're doing here, just don't tell anyone else. This is completely private. You're not sharing it on your own Facebook page or anything like that. You don't have to share it with anyone. You can just wait until you're getting results and then share the good news with whoever you want to share it with. And guess what? It's better to try and fail and then get your money back than continue on the current path. And what happens if you don't do this? If nothing changes, then nothing changes. You need to initiate change. Otherwise, another year is going to slide by. You know, people who come into this program are going to put themselves in a position to prosper. And if you don't come in, you're going to be left out on the sidelines. Something I ask myself when I'm considering doing something new or going outside my comfort zone is, what's the worst that could happen? I try to really get into a logical state of mind and just think, what is the worst that could happen here? You know, there really is no downside that I can see anyway. Worst case scenario, you learn something new, and if you change your mind, you get your money back. Jump in. Don't let fear cripple you. You know, don't let your fear define your life. Every day is a new opportunity. And, you know, all the days that have come before, you know, they're all in the past. But today's a new opportunity. This is a new opportunity, and it's exciting. It's time to jump in, guys. Go outside the comfort zone, because that's where the magic happens. You can get this at a $1,500 discount right now because it's a new year, it's a new opportunity, $3,497. Don't forget, you're also getting lifetime access. Lifetime access, and oh, by the way, this is the last chance. We won't be doing this again in the future. Now is the time to get in. You can see the link on the screen. You can see you've got two different payment options. I spoke earlier about different types of financing that might help you, potentially buying it on a credit card or using PayPal credit if you're in the USA or the UK. There are normally options available if you want to be resourceful and if you want to make it happen. But you need to get in. You've got everything to gain, nothing to lose. You've got zero risk here. We've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, but you need to take action right now. We are literally 1 minute away from wrapping this up. It's time to jump in. You know that you've got to double your money-back guarantee as well. No one does this because most people can't do it. We can do it because we are convinced and we know that our system works. So we're putting you in a situation where you've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. but you have to jump in and do it right now or you will miss out. Don't wait any longer to sign up. Go to that link that you can see on the screen. Let's have you in before we finish the workshop. And oh, by the way, you will get those 3 bonuses that I mentioned. And if you had previously jumped in, I'll make sure you get those 3 bonuses that I mentioned as well. Okay, but you need to jump in right now. We are going to give away some more cash. We'll do that in just a second. I'm going to stop this timer now, guys. And I'm going to enlarge my screen again. And look, this is it. This is the end. I hope you made a decision one way or another. And even if you decided that this is not right for you, maybe there's something that you're unsure about, that's fine. Just make a decision. Now, we do have some cash to give away, $250 in cash. So, Steve, have you got a special winner for our last amount of cash?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, right in their chat box now.
Okay, there you go. Congratulations to that lucky winner. You've taken home $250 in cash. I mentioned a free gift that everyone would get. You can get that by going to the URL that you can see on the screen. This is the last slide here today, guys. We are wrapping this up now. We've been on here with you for over 2.5 hours. We've done our darndest. We've done our best to cover as much as we can, but in a course, in a program, in software, as comprehensive as everything that you're getting here, it was always going to be impossible for us to cover absolutely everything. So if we have missed something, I apologize about that, but just know that you can get on the inside and, you know, on the inside, you will be able to check everything out for yourself firsthand. And that's the best, you know, the best way to really make your informed decision. So thank you to everyone who's been here with us today. Make sure you check out that free gift. It's something that Steve put together for you, which I think will help make 2022 your best year yet, regardless of whether or not you're coming along on this journey. And I really do wish you the very best for the year ahead. And I look forward to working with so many of you who have jumped in here. One last thing I'll say is if you do need to talk to someone else about this, if you need to talk to a loved one and you come in later, that's fine. I'll make sure you get those bonuses. What I will say, though, is that you may go to that link at a later time and it might not work. There are a lot of people that are seeing this opportunity right now and it will sell out. It always does. And once we hit capacity, we will shut it down. That's not false scarcity. That's a reality. Okay, guys? So it's fine if you want to go away and think about this. Note down the link that you can see on the screen right now. And I would urge you to come back to that just as quickly as you can, because if you wait too long, this may be closed and then you won't be able to get in. Okay? So that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with us here today, and I wish you all the best. And for many of you, I look forward to working with you personally on the inside. Thanks very much, guys. Bye for now.